All right, good morning, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah. Let's go, baby. What's going on, everyone? You guys doing good? Smash the like button. Let me know what's up. How you doing?
Efforts that could impact the Straits.
All right. Well, as I'm saying good morning, we got a general right now saying that U.S. forces are continuing to go after Iran's mine-laying capabilities, and anything that has to do with the Strait of Hormuz right now is going to be huge. So, again, with General Kane saying that CENTCOM continues to attack Iranian efforts that could impact the Strait. That's the most important headline of the morning. We're gonna go through everything, but I do need to make sure my charts are good to go here. So let me see. Do I have it ready to go? All right, let me get out of this. I think we're good. Yeah, that looks good. Cool. How you guys doing, man? Smash the like button if you're ready to make some money today. Got my different views here. All right, cool. It's been a minute since I really tested YouTube's capabilities here with OBS. It's been a minute, man. So let's dive in. Let's go. All right. Let's start over here. Our market environment, as we got about 10 minutes for big news, probably the biggest news of the year. Right now, I'm leaning like 72-28 as far as bear, and the 72 is going to be bear. We've got Iran Supreme Leader basically wounded, and leadership is gone pretty much underground. So that's the single biggest development in the last 14 days of this war. Today is going to be the highest volume of U.S. strikes yet. We've already struck over 3,000 targets. It's crazy. And then Hegseth. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. What up? You hit the like for me. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
So in about 10 minutes time, we get the slew of US data, PCE for the month of January.
All right, let me turn down AI news, okay? So just kind of getting the field, like the lay of the land right now. This is super important. 15,000 targets have been struck combined between US and Israel. That's pretty crazy. It's actually crazy. Wow. All right, so Iran trying to arrange new nuclear deal between US and Iran. So I'm just reading this headline somewhere in the slew of headlines here, but I'm just picking out the most important things. Iran fired a missile this morning, and IDF is intercepting. That's happening right now. Okay, so it's literally happening like right now. Let's see. Data drops in a few minutes, so that's gonna be what we're gonna lean on. Yeah. So I kind of think like there's two scenarios today. Personally, I think that the data print is either in line or better, and this IAEA deal kind of gains traction, plus like missile interceptions, success, all that stuff. Nobody dies. That kind of equals like a really violent squeeze, probably towards like, yeah, I mean, towards 25,000 for sure. Let me get over here. Yeah, so squeezing up to 25, I think, is probably the move if that happens. I don't see that too I don't think that would be out of the scope. But the other side of it is that the data misses badly. Now the data alone missing depends on kind of how bad. But you know, if these missiles hit something as well on top of it, I feel like that's going to be like the deal just falls apart or something. That's going to equal flush. That's going to equal down James Brown. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the environment that we're in right now. The dot plot that I had on the 4 hour is still appropriate. However, that's actually, this is going to be the 1 hour. This is the 4 hour that you're looking at, but the dot plot's for the 1 hour. We have the lower low and we failed to take out the high. So on the 4 hour, this is very, very simple. We're still in a downtrend. Nothing's changed. The 1 hour, that's where the dot plot comes in. And really nothing too crazy until we have this FEG down here. This is an imbalance that I just marked out. And I thought, you know what? I'll go ahead and mark it out because it's a decent target. I don't think it's a bad target. I just think it's not an FEG. There we go. What's going on? No, it doesn't want to change. There we go. I put this last night. I didn't know where we would swing from, so it looks like that's a pretty good swing point right here. We got more than 3 candles. It's obvious. This is a minor swing point. So the leg that I see is right here. That's the leg. So everything in between this is internal structure on the 1 hour. We have a middle of an imbalance up here. So there's a little bit of an imbalance here that's interesting to me on the 1 hour. We're going to go down to a lower time frame here. All right, so we got the 1 minute. Yeah. Jeez. Pretty much nothing. I mean, I was going to draw this out. That's pretty much nothing. I'm just going to zoom out, squish down, take a look. It's really just an upward channel. That's it. You got this upward channel that kind of got a little bit broken, but really nothing else happening here. Just we could be forming a channel down now, but I mean, it's not clear yet. So we just got to wait. All right, we got 5 minutes for the news. How you guys doing, man? You guys doing all right?
Voice news disconnected.
I'll turn it on over here, though.
Goods forecast 1.1%, prior minus 1.4%. Q4 GDP, second quarter estimate forecast 1.4% unchanged from the prior. Canadian employment change forecast 10K, prior minus 24.8K. And Canadian unemployment rate forecast 6.6%, prior 6.5%.
Mike with the clean shave. Yeah, I decided to go for it, bro. Screw it, man. You know, I know the wifey liked it. Nice and smooth. It's been a long time. All good, waiting for the market to open. What up, Daniel? What up, Donald? Donald Keys. Hey, I know you. Hey. What up? Yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see what the drop entails, but I am looking for here's the bull and the bear case, okay? So if the GD print is at or above 1.4, then growth is not as bad, basically. because it's been feared. Like the growth has been feared, right? So if it's at or above, it's not that bad. If PCE prints at or below 3%, okay, inflation is not accelerating. So we'll have to be keep our eye on that. And then consumer spending needs to hold. But if it can hold at 0.3 or better, then consumers are still alive. Like people still have money. Durable goods, if that beats like 1.1%, then business investment is looking good too. So if all four cooperate, even partially, I think the narrative shifts from stagflation. Well,
Hegseth says denying
like
Iran nuclear weapons remains a core mission.
Stagflation confirmed pretty much because people have, it's like a confirmed, it's happening. So I think it goes from that to stagflation avoided, really. I mean, and all 3 days of selling probably unwind really fast. We got a minute and 24 seconds, guys. So I'm getting this pretty much in real time. We're going to get it first. That's the benefit of this. And then I got my 20 Apex accounts, man, right here. Boom, boom, boom. There they are. Beautiful. It's beautiful. We got, some of these are over 54K. I mean, not, yeah, 54K. Yeah, 54 right there. And a couple of them.
With the US PC price.
Most of them are like 35s.
Hegseth says the US has a range of options on nuclear weapons.
53.7.
Include Iran deciding to give them up.
You know, pick one. So every $100 is $2,000. Is that right? Every $100 is $2,000. That's wild. That's wild, dog. Let's go. Yeah, man. That's pretty cool. All right. We'll see how today goes. I am going to ask for a payout after today, and I'll record it and all that, put it up. Everything that I've done is with Crazy Horse using dynamic money management. There were 2 trades that I didn't take in the scope of exactly what we do. Today being another one. We got 10 seconds to news, guys. Here we go. Let's focus up. Here we go. Let's focus up, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Okay, durable goods, 0.0. We got, geez, coming down so fast.
2.8% lower than the forecast.
Lower than forecast.
PCE price index month to month.
PCE price index 2.8.
Canadian unemployment rate 6.7%, 6.7% higher than the forecast of 6.6%. US GDP quarter on quarter second estimate 0.7%, 0.7% lower than the forecast of 1.4%. Canadian employment change minus 83.9k, minus 83.9k lower than the forecast of 10k. Durable goods for the US flat compared to the forecast of 1.1%, lower than the forecast there. Core PC price index 3.1%.
All right, I'm gonna turn him down because I know you guys can hear him, right? Okay. So here's a scorecard. All right. GDP QOQ, big miss. Okay. Quarter over quarter for GDP, big miss. We got a slight beat. Here, pull that up. We got a slight beat on core PCE year over year. We got a beat on PCE year over year. We've got consumer spending is a beat. Wow. Durable goods is a miss. And GDP price index is hot. 3.8. Okay, so bottom line on the data. Growth came in half of what it was forecast. I mean, 0.7 versus 1.4. I mean, that's the economy decelerating pretty rapidly here. The only saving grace is inflation came in slightly cooler than expected, which prevents like pure stagflation from confirming. So it's kind of a mixed print overall. It's really not clean enough for the bulls or the bears to fully own it, guys. My opinion, but this does, this overrides the data. So Iran launched drones and missiles against the UAE right at 7:30. Dubai, let's see, Dubai expats fleeing. This is the first direct attack on UAE soil of the entire war. These guys did it on purpose, man. They're trying to disrupt our economy by shutting down the Strait of Hormuz and then launching these attacks right when they know this is big data for our economy. Like, we're leaning on this data. Let's see here. So yeah, I mean, they launched it right at 7:30. A-holes, dude. All right. What a dang. That is a move right there. All right, I'm gonna go back over here. I'm not really, there's nothing to, I know the market ticked up a tiny bit, but Iran attacking the UAE is the headline that dominates everything else right now. So be very careful. I really don't think that you should be leaning one way or another here, folks. It's my opinion. But it doesn't seem like the market. We'd have to see something pretty clear if the market's going to break out right now. Hoorah! Hoorah! Let's go. Smash the like button if you like that. Giving you guys some actual clarity. Isn't that nice? Because looking over here, looking at the chart the whole time is not going to give you that clarity. You will not know. You'll be like, I don't know why it took out the high and didn't go higher. News, baby. I preach it Monday through Friday. News. That's the reason. You got to know what the hell's going on if you're going to be a trader, man. All right. It's fun. I'll move this around a little bit. There we go. Give me more room. How you guys doing, man? You guys all right? You notice that if you make Sunday open along with Monday high low as one of the big candle, we basically have been inside of that candle. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're just inside of a range, guys. I mean, nothing's really happened. Take everything off the board. You can see like this candle, that candle, this candle, and that candle, right? This is every day. Beside, like, here's, let me push this up so you can see. Can you see that? No, you guys can't see that. That's Monday. This big candle right here, testing our weekly shelf. That's Monday. Tuesday was inside of Monday. Wednesday inside of Monday. Thursday inside of Monday. Friday inside. So yeah, I mean, everything is inside of that one candle. Zoom in. Yeah, can you see that? This is, there's a candle right there, that big one, right? Yeah. So price action is just inside of a range, but a lot of times price is inside of a range, man. Like I say, like most of the time, price is just inside of a range. Right now, biggest headline that is affecting the markets, especially on these lower time frames, is going to be that Iran firing a missile at the UAE. This is a direct shot at the UAE for the first time. Directly at the, like, just, yeah, we're just going to shoot at you right now, right as this most important news drops, just because we can, okay? Just because we want to. So I will say, you know, I started the morning at like 85% bear. I would say I'm like 70% bear, 30% bull, because traders are sort of betting right now on a rate cut by September. So in the short term, it could be like futures holding gains after this data. You know, and then Hegseth is saying like, no, there's no clear evidence of mines being placed, which was a huge concern. Like if they're placing mines in the Strait of Hormuz, Like 20% of the global oil supply comes from this strait. It's a big deal, man. Many more things than that too. You got like medicine and just all sorts of stuff come from that strait. It's like a choke point on the world. And then Hegseth also said we don't need to worry about Hormuz. So those are all bullish tones. That's what I'm looking at. The, you know, No Minds headline combined with September rate cut pricing. That's kind of coming back into play. This September idea of a rate cut coming in September, because last night traders priced out a rate cut for the entire year. We were actually looking at, there were rumors of rate hikes just yesterday. You know what I mean? How crazy would that be? Right? Rates are going up, not down. So, you know, we gotta just stay diligent here. We'll see if we have any, like this shelf to the upside. If you're in my group and you know what I'm talking about, this inside shelf, I wouldn't be taking that. It's too choppy, man. So I'm looking at UAE headlines right now. I got news up. Just keeping my eye on UAE headlines, seeing if there's anything there. Oh, I guess we were like a tick away from taking out the London high. All right, so London low is down here. London high is above us. We're like a tick away from taking that out. Looks like we already did, but. All right, interesting. Asia dumps, yeah, okay. So a little V-shape, so a little risk off, and then okay, some hopefulness here. I know the news is just choppy. That's the problem, man. And this print is a little choppy as well. It's somewhat neutral, so I don't really see a clear direction right now, folks. Nothing super clear right now. Let's take a look at like the 15 even. Nothing's happening here. Just, we kind of broke structure, made a new high. There's not a whole lot of volume right here, so this is not a very believable breakout. I think that's what the market wanted to happen. So as I'm like looking at this, like we V-shaped back up to yesterday's Asia. I'm sorry, Thursday. Yeah, Asia. Yeah, it's high of Asia. So I just feel like this would have been a really good, for me anyways, the way I look at structure, if this would have broken with some volume right here, like we're up here, that would have been a nice breakout. I could have used this as a shelf, but right now it's just kind of, you know, stalling. So we'll have to see what happens there. Right now, just looking to see if there's a market direction before open or anything. I thought that the news was going to give us that. Unfortunately, guys, the news did not give us that. The news was mixed bag, and then Iran fired a missile at UAE just for fun, right at 7:30. So that's fun. You know, why not, man? Why not? For a London Asia session, do you recommend the 5-minute orb or 15-minute? You have to go in the group, man, and just follow what the coaches are doing. You got Coach Matt and Coach Stewart doing London is going to be Stafford. He's new, but he's new at leading the sessions. I don't know if I think he's led one or two. But yeah, I don't know exactly what his framework is for London, like what time frame he uses. I don't trade it, man. I can't really speak on it. So I just trade New York session. So Asia session, I like both Coach Matt and Stewart's. Coach Matt, he's got the same setup for all sessions. I mean, he's playing the range, flips only. It's super simple, dude. And he's just profitable because all he's doing is adjusting his size. Yeah. 15-minute break, a 5-minute break. I don't know if that helps. I can find. Yeah. I mean, so 15-minute is what I use for New York, but there's a lot more volume in New York. This right here, you don't want to be trading this because you're going to get stuck. And then the market's going to open and you're going to be like, crap, why did I do that? So we got to wait to see if there's a headline before market open, if we're going to make any moves. I'm literally telling you, yes, I'm going to trade the news if it's a clear sign, which you can do. I don't know does anybody else show this where you can actually trade the news? Yes. You just have to have the news line up with a little bit of chart and then you're good to go. But this is what moves the chart, not ICT, liquidity zones and whatever else. This. So how they're how you see traders I see big buyers or sellers and I'm looking at order flow. Well, here's the problem with that. Order flow alone can be especially if you're looking at a 1 second or 3 second or 15-second chart. I'm talking micro scalping. It's very easy to manipulate price with a thin order book. So you can manipulate price. You can actually put in big orders, big sell orders. And then, market makers can easily just flip it right away. And then bam, your bias you just get screwed, right? So how do you know if it's going to stick? This right here. If you can get news quickly, that's why I have this AI news. It's I get this before anybody. We got that market data. I know you heard that guy speaking in the background. We got that before anybody else. A lot of a lot of other guys that are on here. I shouldn't show this. I'm kind of killing my edge by showing that. Look, see that little pump? Now wait for it. Ready? Something's gonna come across the wire. Let's hear. Let's see what it is. Because that's a nice pump. Let's see what it is. Something. I don't know what. Let's see what's going on.
Just keeping an eye on the S&P 500. It did see a little bit of movement towards the upside, a little bit down, some movement on the dollar. No headline to back up the movements so far that we can see, but obviously we'll relay that to you as soon as we do get any further information.
See that? That's cool, right? No headline to back it up. Just a while. So am I gonna trade that? Am I gonna get behind that right now? No. Let's see what happens. There might.
The Financial Times, France and Italy opened talks with Iran in hopes of securing safe Hormuz passage.
So France and Italy are open to talk with Iran about safe passage in the Strait of Hormuz. Is that worth me getting in right at that high? Hell no. So that's where that, see, every single move, I'm telling you guys, you'll hear a headline to back it up. You guys heard that, right? Is that coming across the wire? I just want to make sure. Type yes in chat if you heard that from the AI news thing. I just want to make sure you guys heard it.
So again, probably off of the back of the headline, France and Italy open talks with Iran in hopes of securing safe Hormuz passage, according to the FT. It could be the reason as to why we've seen a bit of a weakness in the dollar and a rise in the S&P 500. Again, just a little bit of a rise now. It's reversing that move towards the upside.
See?
WTI crude did see a little bit of downward movement as well.
Yeah. So there you go. So
voice news disconnected.
I'll turn it on over here. All right. So you get what I'm saying, right? It's wild, dude. I'm telling you. I don't know what to tell you other than if you're gonna trade, you should have some news going. because it supports the move, man. All right. Anyways, now we have a nice shelf. We're kind of breaking on this 15, aren't we? That break above the range. So no bottom wick on the 15. This move is not really supported. I don't love
P500 and Nasdaq 100 futures spiking to session highs.
I don't like that the headline news. I'm gonna
the article for you to read through.
I'm gonna be waiting.
Here it says European nations, including France, have opened talks with Tehran seeking to negotiate a deal to guarantee safe passage for their ships through the Strait of Hormuz. That's according to people briefed on the efforts in a bid to restart energy shipments from the Gulf. Shipments through the narrow choke point at the entrance to the Gulf, through which about a fifth of the world's oil and LNG flows, are negligible after Iranian attacks on tankers and a vow from the nation's new supreme leader to keep it closed. Also, just keeping an eye on the Europe Stock 600 hitting intraday high, last up 0.4%.
All right. Well, we might get a little push here, but I mean, that's not like super bullish news. I mean, it's bullish, but it's not like incredibly life-changing news. It's France and Italy. It's good, but I mean, we got the Ayatollah, like we got Iran basically saying they're gonna light any ship on fire unless they coordinate with their navy. So I mean, does that mean our partners are going to, like, you know, start coordinating with their navy? I don't know, but that does bring my bear case from like 75 to 65, just because the Strait of Hormuz is that's what everyone cares about. All right, let me line this out real quick. This is the shelf here, and there's no bottom wick on this 15. See the 15? There's no bottom wick. I can't take that trade. It sucks. That sucks, man. I if this was a clean break, I would do it. I'm not gonna take that trade. I'm gonna go back down to the 1. Most likely, look, if you're gonna take the trade, this is a shelf. This is a nice area to get in because you got a pullback, and you know, just even if you were to Fibonacci this, you're down in the golden pocket. The shelf is a nice place. It's a cheap trade idea, but just keep in mind, less likely for this to pan out, just simply because there's, you know, if you go to the 15, there's just no bottom wick on this 15 candle. So, for a candle theory, you would come down, create the bottom wick. Maybe a better place is support. Support's going to be down here. How do I know? Just look. This is where price bounced before. This is where buyers got in. It tested this zone before. So maybe I have 2 shots at it. But I'm not taking that first trade, so I'm going to delete it. But that's the idea here on the 1 minute. It may bounce. It may bounce from here and go right back up to the highs, but I have less faith in that. I can't get behind that personally. I just can't do it. What's the range here? You got about a 42-point range before you hit these lows. And then, like, let's go down to the 1 and find like a nice sniper entry here. Sniper entry, dog. I mean, I like anywhere in this zone, to be honest with you. I like anywhere at these lows. Where's the bottom wick creation? The bottom wick's up here. All right, so there was a tiny bottom wick. There is a tiny bottom wick on that 15, but it's super suspect. Super sus, guys. So yeah, I mean, price comes down here. I'm gonna just highlight that area as well. Yeah. Let's see. So anywhere price comes down here, creates the bottom wick. Yep, she blew through that just like I thought. If I were ladder ordering, shoot, something like that, all buys right there, that would be nice. Just build a position. But yeah, again, I'm not gonna get into a position I'm not ultra confident on. I mean, this is, let's see, I'd be looking for like 30 points if she bounced from this level. I'd be looking for like 40 points, and this one would give me the biggest risk to like 60 points. We'll see if she can make it to the lows. I'm gonna wait, but I'll leave this up here. But yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'll leave the shelf as well, just so you guys can see it from a structure standpoint. I mean, yeah, the shelf, if she's gonna remain bullish, she should respect this level and turn up. If not, she'll close below it. You can have wicks below it, but just generally speaking, this is a zone, guys. You know, not a science. Trading is not a science. It's an art. Trading is not a science. It's an art. This morning has pretty much shifted the calculus more than any single session of the war so far. The European diplomacy plus no mines, like that is definitely cooler. Cooler inflation as well, plus cooler inflation, plus the September cut repricing. That's kind of like the four-headed bull. So we'll see. I think the bear case here relies entirely on what's happened with the UAE damage from missiles. If they were intercepted and nothing happened, I think.
Says your sanction waivers on
Pretty
Russian oil products are temporary and limited. Germany's 2-year yield reverses rise down 4 basis points at about 2.37%.
Okay, I'm liking this. Looks like she's going to go create the bottom wick. Damn, look at that sell wick now. That's a huge selling wick. We got 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes for this candle to close on the 15. And it just looks like, yeah, I mean, she flips bearish, creates the bottom wick. I'd be happy. Maybe I get into a little long here. But it's still risky, guys. Not as high of a probability as our breakout trades, but I'll consider it. She can create the bottom wick, I'll consider it. Something along those lines. Just trying to give you guys good direction for the morning. Hopefully, I've done a decent job. How you guys doing, man? 1 through 10. Let me get a feel for chat. We got 40 people in here. What do you think? Have we done a pretty good job of just isolating the threat and basically giving some clear guidance this morning? What do you guys think? Did I save you from a trade? 11 out of 10. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Very good breakdown. Appreciate it. All right. Just making sure. I just want to get a feel for the room. That's all. The whole point of doing this is to help you guys get some good awareness, and then hopefully I can get a trade off. But right now, the way I see it, it's very mixed. So if you're just going off of structure, hey, we got 3 people that responded. Thanks, guys. 40 people are on the wall. They're not dancing. They're not on the dance floor yet. You need some drink, man. Everyone needs to go grab a cup of coffee. If you haven't smashed the you know what, you need to do that now. Okay, let's get the algorithm flowing, dog. Let's go. Let's get the hearts going. Let's get the likes going. We're about to freaking crush, baby. We're about to crush, okay? But we need that energy, all right? What up, Roland? Just joined Midas team today. Sweet, dude. Based out of Dubai. Oh, okay. Well, you have some missiles headed your way, so let us know what you're hearing on your end. Looks like Iran fired at the UAE at 7:30 news drop, so they should be inbound. Usually takes like what, 20 minutes, something like that, 30 minutes. So I don't know the actual, we'll get the update, but yeah, man, God bless for you guys and stay safe, man. Crazy people. Crazy people in this world, man. You heard a bang? Oh shoot. All right. Hopefully it was in the air, right? Not on the ground, was it? Or do you know? That's horrible, dude. I've been to Dubai. It's one of my favorite cities I've ever been to. And I just, dude, I loved it. It was safe. There was no, it was a beautiful place. Okay. But I can't imagine wanting to live in any place where I could be attacked.
10-year bond yield, rise, last flat on the day.
That's scary. That's scary, dude. Would be intercepted like 99. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think everyone's expecting an interception, right? I mean, but yeah, it's one of those things, man. Like these drones are very hard to intercept, and all of our retaliatory missiles that we have, like we have to basically we have to treat drones the same as a ballistic missile, because on radar you can't tell the difference. And each one of our interceptors are like $11 million a piece, as opposed to a $30,000 drone. And they can make 100,000 of those a year, and we can make like 20 of our interceptors. It's like, it's ridiculous, bro. When you look at the math, that's what they said they want to do. They just want to dwindle our supplies down, make this cost us a lot of money. It's already cost us a lot. We've used years of ammo, of munitions, years, just in these 14 days. That's crazy, dude. Okay, here we go. I've seen missile over my home last week and being intercepted. Crazy world. Wow, dude. Wife and daughter gone back to the UK for a few weeks. Yeah, I mean, how can you even live in a place? You know what I mean? It makes it, I mean, that's scary, bro. And I know it's like you had some fair warning. There was things that you could do, but I just, jeez, man, I couldn't live in Dubai. I love Dubai though. Just to be clear, like that was my favorite city, my favorite country I've ever been to, hands down. It was so beautiful, and I did everything you could imagine when I was there. I absolutely took advantage of everything. I rode the Ferris wheel. I did everything. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I could have done. I even got on a yacht with like a crypto billionaire. That was freaking sick, dude. We're out in the middle of the water looking at the Ferris wheel. We're in that, I don't know where you call it, but in the ocean. And we were just doing a little cruise. It was a yacht cruise. And come to find out, this guy owned the yacht. And I was like, whoa, okay, who are you? And he owned like 5 different crypto companies and exchanges, whatever. It's badass. I love Dubai. Safe. Dude, you can walk anywhere in Dubai and not have to worry about it. Like, have whatever you drop your wallet. Nobody will pick it up, dude. If you drop your wallet, if somebody does pick it up, they're going to try to figure out whose it is. I swear, it's that safe, dude. The last like murder, I don't even know, like when was the last murder? Like, I don't think you've ever had one. Yeah, no income tax. There's also no tax on crypto. So if you know, I was looking at, I know it sounds crazy, but I was actually looking at becoming a citizen of Dubai. Was it a citizen? This is like 6 years ago, something like that. I wanted to get a bank account in Dubai. And if you have a bank account, you can transfer your crypto into the bank account. The problem is where you live, right? So the US says that it doesn't matter. If you're a citizen of the United States, you're paying taxes on whatever money you have, dude. And so there's a way to do it where you open up. I shouldn't say this. Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me rethink my strategy here. Yeah, I may not want to go down this road, but let's just say whoever controls that bank account, if they were your friend and they trusted you, they could potentially, this is just hypothetically speaking, give you a card from that bank and say mail it to you in the United States, and then you now have a card. But you know, you still couldn't like, you know, use that bank account for anything other than just purchase power, you know what I mean? But there are guys that do that, and they set up an attorney that's like in charge. Dude, it's wild. The things that people do to get around taxes is nuts. I just say, hey, pay your damn taxes and make some more money, dude. You get a visa only. Yeah, dude, I love Dubai. I thought It was amazing. Sharia law is not, hold on, go live under it for a while and we will talk. Here's the thing. I didn't say I'd live there. And I've been there. I don't know if you've been there, whoever that is in chat, but like I've been to Dubai and we got somebody living in Dubai. It ain't Sharia law, bro. That's crazy. Like, I know you can't drink. There's certain things that they restrict, okay? But the feeling of safety is unlike anything you've probably ever experienced in your life. So there is a trade-off. And women have rights. Like, when I got on the train, I didn't realize that the front of the damn train was women only. So I screwed that up. Now, what do I not like about it? I don't like the freaking the mosques like 5 times a day. Dude, too much, dude. Like, I don't like religion being pushed down my throat. So I could live without that for sure. They're trying to do that here. That ain't gonna happen, dude. Like, I'm gonna stand up along with everyone else because that ain't happening here. You can do it there, but that's nah. So there are things I'm like, no. Like, there's other reasons why I won't live in Dubai. Come on, man. But it's a beautiful place to go visit. Beautiful people. I honestly thought it was amazing, dude. Yeah, we're getting a spike in volatility. Let's see what's going on.
Sources, Saudi Arabia cuts oil output by at least 2 million barrels per day to around 8 million barrels per day.
All right, Saudi Arabia output of oil just cut from 2 to 8 million a day. That's the spike that we're seeing. Boom. That created the bottom wick, didn't it, boys? Boys and gals. That created the bottom wick. Look at that. Okay, so that is a headline.
President Stubb, no nuclear weapons are needed in Finland in peacetime.
You guys are going to know every single thing that happens on the chart comes from news. When you listen to my session, when you join me, you're going to be like, holy crap, I've never seen the chart more clear. Because every effing thing that you see, I get so passionate, dogs, because it's like people, they just don't know. They're like, oh, look at that. Oh, it's because it grabbed liquidity. Oh, dude, are you an idiot? Come on. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, we're looking at WTE as well. It's losing traction here. All right, this is oil. Losing traction with oil. This is good. I mean, bulls are kind of gaining control right now. They're gaining ground. I'd say it's like a 60-40. Bears are still in control. Saudi Arabia cut oil supply by at least 2 million barrels per day to around 8 million barrels per day. That's offsetting any price relief from diplomacy. Okay, very important. Yeah, so that's kind of keeping us a little hot. But let's see here. Scroll down. I'm gonna read this. 9 a.m. is jolts. Oh, did we get jolt? Wait, hold on. Yeah, that's 9 my time. Yeah. Okay, so 9 a.m. is jolts. So in an hour, and like in 55 minutes, we get jolts. All right, this is big. We also get the University Michigan sentiment prelim. So that's very big. You gotta be careful, man. But look at what price did from a pricing standpoint. That news allowed price to go down and create that bottom wick on the 15. Isn't that interesting? Look, it doesn't look half bad for the longs. Honestly, it really doesn't, dude. We have some more news. The news has been pretty mixed. So any negative thing that comes across the wire could just, it's gonna be like snap type of moves like this before the market opens. You know, this is one of those days where I could see the market open and basically price dips to pick something up. It dips to like grab, to just give a little bit of a squeeze for the longs, and then just, you know, reaches the highs, like immediately reverses. We had 3 flip days in a row. So going into yesterday, that was something that was on my mind. I wish I had a little bit more confidence yesterday. I would have tore it up. That was a huge rip. But I just, with everything going on, like you see what news can do. Just one little headline news piece, one little news thing can just rip. Shoop. Like, you know, what is that candle right there, dude? That's like, yeah, a 40.1 minute candle. Just, you know, tapping into, these are the buy, like I told you guys, down here is where support is. Look at where the buyers stepped in right there, getting down in that area. So, I mean, so far my thesis of like, okay, this would be a pretty good long down here is holding up. I wasn't able to get into that because news, that particular type of news, these news headlines that we see coming out, they're kind of short-lived. They're little spikes. You know what I mean? So that's why you got to be real careful on these lower time frames. That's why I told you earlier, it's like, oh, you see big sellers coming in. Oh, are they really going to protect this and push price? I mean, how are you, dude? You can't predict that just off of big buy or sell orders in an order book. Like, you're an idiot if you think that you can predict that. You know, it's coming from news. You'd be much better served like just waiting until there's a clear direction and getting in. Hoorah! Let's go, chat. Hoorah! Hoorah! Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Smash the like button. Let's go. You're thinking about joining the live trading, but can you explain how much time commitment it is in the morning? That's a great question, man. Yeah, like I'm a dad of 2, so I have life going on as well. I try to be done before like 10 a.m. I mean, we're done a lot of days before 10 a.m., but sometimes I get caught, man. So, and this is my full-time gig, so it depends. But like from time commitment wise, I would say from the market open, right? So I don't know what time zone you're in, but 9:30 Eastern to, I would at least give it an hour and a half, just in case, man. But a lot of days, like yesterday, we were done within 10 minutes. Like you would have joined at 9. Let's say you join at 9, like I start at 9, right? So you join at 9:30, sorry. You join at 9:30, we wait 15 minutes, right? 5 minutes later, we hit TP, dude. So literally it's a 20-minute trading day. 50% of our days are pretty quick, man. You know, you're looking at like 30 to 45 minutes. So 9:30 to, you know, 10:15
in China and India,
10:30,
high demand.
That's 50% of our days. All right. And it has been a lot more than 50% if you take the year so far. Dude, like the last 2 weeks, not this week. This week has been not that. It's been flip, but it's okay. We still made profit. Like we still walked out every day green for the week. I mean, like here, I'll show you something. Just, I know a lot of people have seen this, but one of my trades. Oh, that's right. So I got my account hooked up. So every trade that I take is just documented and shown and updated live in real time. So I just want to show you my stats so you can see what I mean. Look, like this week, I know it's nothing to brag about. Like I've only made 16 grand this week. No, this has been a killer week for me because Tuesday, off of news I laddered into a massive short off of news and it worked out. I was willing to basically risk a couple weeks of trading for that event. I was very convicted and I just went for it. So I've had a massive week. But if you look at the other, like yesterday, day before, like this is off of a $260,000 account. So, you know, last week it was okay. Like this is my normal week, like 5 grand, 7 grand. That's like a pretty normal, like 20K a month off of trading is pretty normal. Here's last month, 20.3. The month before that, 15, because January is lower volume, dude. Like I barely look at these days. I mean, a lot of these $116 day, like there's a lot of really low volume days. But anyways, so just the consistency and not spending all day on the chart. That's the key. Like you don't want to spend all day on the chart. And yeah, hopefully that gave you a good answer. Quiet, just quiet. I don't know if you're telling me to be like quiet, bro. Just be quiet, dude. You live in DFW? That's what's up, dude. Yeah. I use that airport is one of the best. Although I do like Love Field. Love Field reminds me of Burbank Airport if you've ever been there. Burbank is like this quaint little city in LA and it's got its own little airport in the valley and you feel like you're on a VIP list. Like you get off on the tarmac. That's pretty dope. I like Burbank. Oh, you didn't mean to type that? Okay. I was wondering what quiet, man. Oh, were you on speech? How did that happen? Were you on speech to text and you were telling your kid like quiet and then and then you accidentally press send? Is that what happened? I'm going to guess that's what happened. If I'm right, I get a cookie. Yeah, so just looking at news, nothing really. I wanted price to go down a little further. If she would have tapped in here, I would have been game. Now we got a shelf above us, so this inside structure here. So just lining this out, inside shelf. If this is going to continue down, we should respect this area and then make another leg down. But so far we're an upward structure, so this would be a change of a little bit of a change of well, it depends on if we break the low, but that would be a change of character if that would happen. So we'll see. I'm not trying to get caught up in these low time frames. Don't worry, guys. But I'm just trying to give you good direction, because technically, you know, if we go from swing low to swing high, she pulled back enough. Now it's time to make a higher high. If in fact she's going to continue this bullish trend. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to be another, well, we'll see. I'm going to stay on until we get a signal from the Orb Signal Pro. And then if you want to see how I manage the trade, you'll have to join the group, because I'm going to hop off and trade with my team. But I will stay on until that time. And then if you want to see how the trade is managed, you can hop over and learn it all with us. But yeah, man, we're gonna see if we get, if there's a pre-market signal that's clear, I would take it. There's just nothing, and I'm not gonna force a trade. That's stupid, right? That's dumb. We don't want to force a trade, right? Doesn't make any sense. If something happens between now and then, we could get an update any second, and that changes the game. But right now, I just don't. There's nothing. There's no reason to do that. Yeah, I figured I'd been using an orb strategy, 5-minute, 1-minute candles using FVG, and pretty much break even for the past month. Break even's a great first step, so congrats. I like the idea of actually making money while trading. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's kind of nice to actually make money while you trade. That's why most people do it. Mike, do you have a link for live trading group? It's in the description. I think it's in my description. Let me know if it's not. Maybe I have to update it. I don't know. But yeah, let me unpin this message. Whoops. You worked on your patience and process. Yeah, that's important for sure. Scared of losing a PA and trying on evals. Well, I mean, I can give you my 2 cents. I've got 20 Apex accounts. I've not taken a payout yet. I'm, green across the board. Hold on. Let me log in real quick. I'm going to do a video today on this too. You wouldn't believe how many people are like, "Oh, I can't trade orb. It's too big of stop losses. That doesn't work with the prop accounts." And yet in our group we have so many people who've gotten massive payouts. I just got tired of seeing it. I gave it a try a few times, failed. I passed the eval every time, dude. Like pretty much every time. I'm not trying to I just got lucky or whatever.
Russia's foreign ministry summons UK and French ambassadors. They protest over the use of French-British missile in Bryansk.
Yeah, that's not important. I just got tired of seeing other people pass and get these payouts. So for me, it was like, well then screw it. I'm just gonna go for it, man, and really give it a good shot, So these are my accounts right here. And this is just where I'm at. So I got the PAs, I got 53, some of these are at 54, or one of them's at 54, some of them are very close. And all I'm doing,
that says Moscow regards shelling of Bryansk as deliberate.
All I'm doing is focusing on light sizing. And I already passed these 3 evals. I haven't even activated these. You can't give evals away, right? Like I can't give these away. I see these giveaways. I'm gonna give away evals. I don't know how to do that, man. But I got these 3 evals that I passed. I gotta activate these at some point. I guess I should just do it. I mean, I've already got 30 grand almost. I can withdraw here. I just figure I'll be one of those guys I would like to be one of those guys. It's like, cool guys, so 2 weeks later, I'm withdrawing another 60,000. You know, like, F you, dude. I keep seeing these guys. I'm like, is this real? And so some of them are real. Some of them just have so many attempts. It's like dumb. So they have insane amount of evals that they've tried. Like I don't want to name names, but certain guys that you see have big withdrawals, bro, but they get them for free. That's the thing. Like, but they've had like hundreds and hundreds of attempts before they get a good payout. You know what I mean? I've failed 5 times. Like, and I'm honest about it, but that's what happened. I failed 5 times. The first time I went with all 20 accounts and I failed. And I was like, well, that was an expensive little journey. I don't even remember the second, third, because I switched. That's just with Apex, by the way. I've tried another 3 times on Elite Funded Trader. And then 1 time on the Fivers. So I don't know how many times that is total. It's like 10. I want to say I've tried like 10 times or around there, but I was taking my time with it, dude. And that with those other ones. So I had the right approach in the beginning. Let me tell you what the right approach is, in my opinion. The right approach is get through the eval as quickly as you can. Do it responsibly, but like press on the gas, dude. Just get to the goddamn pass that shit. And like one day, just pass it. It's worth the $50 or $19, especially with like, if you're getting like a 90% off deal. Do not spend time on your eval. You're wasting, in my opinion, for me anyways, I would get frustrated because I'm not making real money. And so then I would just, I would blow the account because I would get really frustrated. And that was my problem. I would oversize. And here every day in my CFD account, I'm just used to trading lots. That's why I tried the Fivers. But there's a whole reason why the Fivers, it's a CFD prop firm. And it didn't work either for me because of the sizing. Right. Yeah. They don't let you, like, there's like, the leverage just isn't there, dude. You know? And so I like the leverage that you get in futures. They give you a shitload of leverage in futures. But with my CFD, I get 200. I have 200 leverage on my CFD account, dude. That's a lot. I'll never use that. I mean, really, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm not going to say never. Yes, a couple of days ago, I was in 40 lots, but I have a 200 and, at that time, 200 and whatever it was, $40,000 account, whatever. So, but that's a lot of leverage, dude. 40 lots is a lot of leverage. And I've gone in higher than that, but I've had a bigger balance. See, it's all perspective, dude. In my opinion, you get through the eval as quickly as possible. Then you shoot for like 250 a day to 400. My average, let me go back here. How do I do this? Let me go to the chart and then you guys can see the PA. So check it out. Just so you know, like I don't know if people lie about this or whatever, but I have nothing to hide. So you can see there's 402, 270, 430. My first couple days, see 407. I thought I had a 6. I have there's a 508 day in there. So 508. My average was like, I want to say it was like 430 or something like that, but maybe I'm wrong. Something like that. But yeah, you could just see these aren't huge days, guys. I wasn't in the biggest amount of drawdown. I guess, I don't know. I guess we can't see that or something, but the biggest drawdown was a roughly $700 in drawdown. That was my biggest drawdown. The most lots that I had on in drawdown, was 6. That was the most lots I had on, but I had a couple of these, at least one of these trades was 1 mini. So that would be 10 micros. And it was because the move was really short, but I was only risking like $200 or $300. So one of these trades was that. That's it, dude. That's literally all I've done. And now, every $100 that I make on this account, on these accounts, because there's 20 of them, is $2,000. Like, that's wild. But I would rather have 20 and go light than try to go really hard with one. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if you're trying to go hard with one, you're probably going to get nipped. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be difficult to make good money with one prop account. I don't know. Because you don't have a lot of draw. You got to risk. Like, yeah, man. I mean, even when I'm looking at this, like, 53,000, right? That's not my drawdown. You know what I'm saying? Your drawdown is this number right here. And so that's really what you're trading. You know what I mean? Can you guys see this okay? Yeah. So if I have a 50K account, I don't care about, all I care about is this number, my drawdown. And that's what you have. Do you understand? Like, if you have a 50K account, what's the drawdown? 2,500, right? So that's what you're trading with. You're not trading with 50 grand. Don't think of it like that. So now think about your risk. Okay, let's walk this out with me, right? You have a $2,500 account and you're trying to make $200 roughly a day. Do you see how that math is insane? You literally have to make 10% a day. You see what I'm saying? So that's the problem with prop. That's the issue. They say that it's supposed to train you and keep you good and safe and all this BS, but the reality is you don't have that money to trade with. And let's walk this back. If you're trying to make just 1% a day, just 1%, right? So if you have a $2,500 account, what's 1%? What is that? $25, right? What? No, is that right? Am I tripping? Something like that, right? It's 25. So how are you going to ever reach profit target making $25 a day, dog? It ain't going to happen. You know, you're going to be reactivating that thing every month. So the reality is that the structure of how it's presented to you guys is false. It's not, okay, let me walk that back. Because people are going to take that out of context. It's not false. It's just from a trader's perspective, they're not looking at it the right way. They're looking at it like it's 50 grand and it's not. You need to be trading with the mindset of whatever drawdown I have is my account balance. Now, here's the thing. Last thing I'm going to say about all this jazz is with futures, what's the lowest amount of size that you can possibly use in futures? 1 micro, right? Okay. Well, depending on your strategy, dude, and this is why scalping is just so attractive scalping is probably the sexiest thing to traders because you can get in and out and it feels like there's just so much potential, right? The problem with scalping, micro scalping especially, is it's not very successful across the board. More people fail at that than anything. Swing trading has the highest success rate. I mean, that's just statistically proven. Swing traders have the highest success rate. It's more relaxed. You have more time. You don't have to be pressured with managing your trade as much. You don't have to have a sniper entry. You're swing trading, dog. You can be in this for days and days. So swing traders have the biggest edge in the market. With that being said, you can't really swing trade even if you're trading 1 micro with $2,500. It's just not enough money. Okay. So that's the rub. The way I see props is it's a tool. You got to play the game and you got to know the game and play the game. But it is a freaking game. I mean, make no doubt about it. This ain't like, in my opinion, it's not like, I don't know, man. Like I want to say real trading. Like that's the term that I want to use. It's game trading. You're gamifying the system to try to make these numbers work with their rules. So real trading is having real capital that you're responsible and have earned. Like, okay, maybe you get funded at a funded spot. That's fine. But the rules are probably very different than like Apex's trailing drawdown rule. Now, I know they have new account stuff, end of day trailing drawdown, all stuff. But you're more like, if I give you $1 million to trade with, you're good. You can trade micros and you can risk 0.25% of your account. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a guy who, I'm not going to name names, but he is like a scalper and everybody knows him, whatever. You guys probably all know him here. And he shows these $10,000 days and it's very impressive. And everyone's like, I want to make this money and everything. But the reality is he's trading with 7 figures. When you're trading with 7 figures, you know, he says, I'm risking 0.25%. 1% of $1 million is 10 grand. That's just 1%. Bro, I make 1% all the freaking time. Look at my P&L all the time. Like I'm at one shit. I did really good the other day. Like I made like 5%. You know what I mean? So, but I guess what I'm getting at is a lot of traders just get fooled by the big numbers. They're not realizing that he's trading with all this capital, dude. And he spends all day on the chart, all day from sun up to sundown looking for, bro, I got a life. People can't get in this game thinking that they're going to do that right away. Are you crazy? Like, that's not going to happen, bro. But they'll get sucked in and they'll think that they just can trade for 2 hours and be done for the day making 10 grand. And this is not going to happen, dude. There's a couple guys I really respect in this game. And you know, I don't know if their strategy is really teachable, especially for newer or mediocre level trader, like medium level traders who are still learning fundamentals like structure, momentum, imbalances, you know, maybe a little bit of candle theory, stuff like that. If you're still learning that stuff, dude, you just gotta chill. You gotta earn your stripes, man. Because if you try to like jump ahead too fast, you're gonna get caught. And what that means is you're gonna over risk, is what I mean. You're gonna over risk and blow your account. Just chill. Take your time to learn the game and study it, and like get around people that make you better. You know, that's my advice. Get around people that make you better. Don't think you can do this on your own if you're new. Dude, I tried 4 years, and then I found a mentor who basically showed me over 9 months what he did. He was one of the most awesome people in my life. And for him to do that for me was amazing. And you know, this isn't a guy that you've ever heard of. He's just a buddy. He's a friend. And it was cool. That was it. That was my little stupid story of learning the market, honestly. All right, market's about to open though. Let's go. Hopefully that helps you guys. You know, if that helps you understand, and I apologize, I wasn't really looking at chat, but if that helped you understand, you know, props a little bit, let me know in chat if that helped. Give me a thumbs up or something like that. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm live with the crew. What up, crew? Let's go. We're doing a little YouTube stream. I put it in the free group yesterday, so if you tapped in, dude, that's awesome. Daniel, awesome. It helped. Good. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people get confused as to what they should do, so it's important to have guidance, man. It really is. I believe in that. Market is open. Let's look at the
Dow 30 buy side 49 million, and Mag 7 buy sell side 11.6.
Okay, here we go, guys. Trump already on Fox News. Let me see. Trump, yeah, per Fox News. Okay. This is going to be an impact day, ladies and gentlemen.
You're on mute, Mike.
All right. What up? Good morning, crew. I'm live on YouTube as well, so I apologize. I didn't see that. I was muted. You guys can hear me now, right? Okay, cool. Okay, so quick recap for the morning. A little bit of a sentiment change, not too much, but well, could be. We'll see. We've got, let's see here. Let me scroll down. Basically, I have 3 new fronts in like the last 20 minutes. We got Russia threatening France. Finland is going like nuclear. Supreme leader was wounded but alive and cornered. It's crazy. The European diplomatic off-ramp is now under
at the open, most intraday since March 6th.
Hold on, guys. Sorry, I gotta turn down news just for a second. It keeps interrupting me. All right, so the reports this morning came in kind of mixed. We got to look at jolts. We got to see what happens there. We got to keep our eye on France. This little spike that you see. Make sure I'm sharing. This little spike that you see over here was from basically European nations saying that they're going to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. This spike right here was another news event. Like literally every single candle this morning that we've seen, I can explain via news. We see the candle move and then we hear what the news is about. So nothing's changed, but that's where we're at. Overall tones, I'm like 60-40 bear. So 60 bear, like 40 bull. But that's changed a lot since yesterday where I was like 90 bear. And I'm just looking at like some of the stuff. We have news coming up at 9. So we got to kind of look and see what happens with jolts. If that misses badly, that's going to be a huge red flag for the day. Yeah, and there's a bunch of there's bullish and bearish situations that could arise. And it all has to do with this conflict overseas. And I already know Trump is going to be on one this morning because right as the 7:30 news drop happened, we had Iran fire missiles at the UAE, specifically, Dubai. And I've got a guy in chat who lives in Dubai, literally heard the explosions over his house. So that's pretty crazy, dude. That's pretty nuts. And he's safe, and it looks like they probably intercepted. But, you know, if you're in Dubai, you caught the nice move up in the London session. Nice. Didn't it miss badly last time? I believe. Did Jolts miss badly? Yeah. Was that Jolts? Man, the reports, they blur. In my mind, it all blurs together. So right now the market is waiting for that news. That's what's happening right here. We're in a condensed space where the market is probably just waiting on that news. The market wants to go up. We check out the 15-minute real quick. We can see the last swing point over here has been broken, but yeah, just not quite where I want it to be. I talked about on this 1 minute time frame getting in early. Now that we're so close to news and the market is open, we're developing our 15-minute range. So I don't think that's the best idea, but this is support down here for sure. That's an obvious support level. And this is where, you know, I was talking earlier, just when I was talking about I'd like price to potentially get down here. It's because the 15-minute had no bottom wick. Now we have a bottom wick. So this 1 minute move, just kind of trying to get in before market open and build a position. That was the idea, just based off of news. But news was so bad and just mixed that it didn't really give me a very good confidence booster. But right down here, this is like the area right here where, you know, and so, yeah, I'm glad that I'm not taking these trades right now because it looks like that's just, now that the market's open, there's just so much volume. It's just going to bust through these levels. So this is all pre-market volume, and it might respect the floor here, but yeah, it just looks like we're rotating. We'll see. I got news on as well. So if something hits the wire, we'll get it first. Market on open imbalances came through, and just nothing. Like, I can't really, I mean, the buy side imbalance for S&P 500 was 324 million, which is pretty big. It's pretty good. Mag 7 is negative, barely negative, but pretty much everything else is flat is what I mean. So it's like, I mean, the Dow's 51 million.
Crypto stocks rise as Bitcoin gains over 4%. Coinbase Global up 5%.
So Bitcoin gains 4%. That's crazy. Yields are dropping fast. I like that. The volatility index made a lower low. That's good. Backing off. So, I mean, this is a huge, I mean, I could see, like, this is what I could see, right? It's similar to what we see all the time with structure. We make a lower low, the volatility index goes up. What happens when that happens? Nasdaq goes down. and then we continue the move lower potentially, you know, so the volatility index could do something like this. So this move up right now is the move down that we're seeing in the Nasdaq, just filling some of this imbalance. Maybe, I don't know. The volatility index doesn't really move the same way. So, I'll just ignore that. Yeah, we have upward structure on Bitcoin. So that used to be a leading indicator I would follow all the time. Now, not so much. And I haven't really looked at SMT or anything like that. So I don't know if we're, how we're looking there, but let's open up the Orb Signal Pro and take a look. Okay. So high of the range, low of the range, is inside of our bands, which are expanding. You can see them widening. So upward structure and upward momentum is the wind is in the sails to the upside right now. So wind is to the upside right now. We don't have a breakout. We have no market direction just yet. We're waiting for that first 15 minutes to just do its thing. Once we, right now we have a 67 point stop based on the range of the orb so far. And the range is looking like right now, 89 points. Not a huge range. So after this expansion move, what do we typically see? We see consolidation. Okay, so maybe we consolidate here until 9. If the news is strong enough, we could break out. We have some targets above and below. Let's go ahead and mark those out. Here's our key level for London. Here's our key level for the prior day London high, as well as our previous daily high. So these are interesting targets if we can get a nice solid breakout. I'm going to leave the first target up there. So yeah, if we can get a nice solid breakout and maybe some news to back it up, that would be great. But that's a lot to ask for today, guys. Yesterday was super easy. I don't think today is going to be as easy. That's just my gut feeling. I hope it is. I hope it is. But I don't know. All right. So right now I'm more bullish than bearish just based off of structure, momentum, and this little bit of bullish tone coming through with Trump saying that Supreme Leader is alive but damaged, and leadership decapitation scenario is still in play. Plus, biggest news is that France and Italy are talking to Iran about moving markets, basically opening up the Strait of Hormuz and letting oil pass. WTI weakens. S&P strength. I mean, that 324 million is buy side strength right now. So I'm leaning a little bit more bullish by the minute, but nothing's really hitting the wire that's super meaningful. So we'll see. Maybe the JOLTS data comes through and it's strong and it can push us higher for the day, but we got to wait. Patience is key, man. Troy, how you doing, bro? Good. How was your golf yesterday? Did you hit it well?
Hey, yo, what up?
Yeah, man.
I did pretty good. I chipped one in.
Eagle?
Hole. That was nice.
Eagle or a birdie?
Birdie. Yeah,
Nice.
It was a par 4.
Hell yeah.
So that was cool. But yeah, I was a little off on my driver. But I did pretty good. I didn't get to play a whole round. But yeah, it was good. It was fun. Just getting out there.
You didn't get
It's
to
just,
play?
Yeah, everything's dead. Like all the grass is dead, so all your lies are just really difficult.
1%.
And if you don't have like a good lie, it makes it harder to hit the ball, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, waiting for that green grass to come through so we can get something to hit on instead of just dead grass everywhere. But it was fun. Yeah, I had some other things I had to do, so I couldn't play the whole round.
Any golfers in here? Any golfers in the live room this morning? Me. Let's go. Type me if you're a golfer. Yeah, we got a lot of me's. How about YouTube? Anybody on YouTube that's golfing? We got a couple people on YouTube joining us today, just for fun. Nice. 2 kids, no time. I got 2 kids. Make time. Tell your
3.
kids to shut up and sit. No, I'm just kidding. Tell your kids, Daddy's going golfing for the day. All right, you gotta. All right, I'm getting in trouble. All right, yeah, nice little bullish move here to the upside. Damn, it looks like that low was the right move. This is support. This is where buyers step back in, and now kind of getting our break to the upside finally. Falling in line with that 15-minute, creating a nice little 5-minute shelf. Let's line that out. We'll see if it sticks. We got to see if it sticks.
Yeah, I really need. This is difficult. I would like to see the Nasdaq take out that little wick on the left side.
Voice news disconnected.
You see that little wick, that 5-minute candle wick?
Yeah.
I'd like to see it take that out here. There we go. All right, so that bearish SMT is canceled. So let's go up.
Yeah, it might just be an update to this London high, guys. We'll have to see what happens. Boy, I tell you what, man, I was gonna take some buys down here, and just didn't end up doing it. It's a nice little 5-minute candle, 100-point 5-minute candle, guys. So that is a very strong candle. I would be cautious, but what I'd like to see happen is her pulling back and then a continuation. I might get in before the orb breaks today, guys.
UAE State Minister says diplomacy will end Iran conflict and Trump will lead us all to that moment in his time.
Big statement right now from big statement right now. Hold on. Big news statement. Man, drop the statement, bro. Come on.
According to sources, the Trump administration must produce Sable pipeline emails.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The
Here we
court
go.
finds
Here we
proof
go.
of bad faith in Sable pipeline approval.
Okay, guys, so sentiment is shifting quickly right now. So the new headline is UAE State Minister says diplomacy will end the Iran conflict. Trump will lead us all to that moment in his time. So just a little bit of bullish news right there off the back of ending this conflict in Iran. Off the back of that UAE statement. This looks like a buy side. 81 point. Dude, big range. Got 160 point range. So we do have a fairly larger range today. This is a really decent move. I don't not like this move, but it is a wide stop. So 81 point stop to the highs. We're looking at taking this trade on the close of this 5-minute candle if we break outside the range. What I'd like to see is her to calm the hell down, come back here, fill some imbalance, and then give me a shot. Because this type of move up, this really aggressive candle, leaves a lot of orders behind here, we'll just say, okay? We'll pretend like we know what's happening, but it leaves a lot of orders. Basically, what I like is I like balance. I want price to be balanced. So I want price to kind of come down here, Can it go straight up and just hit my TP? Yeah, but we have news coming out in 10 minutes. So that risk off environment starts to happen around that news, like that risk off feeling. Market makers aren't going to push this up just yet. They're going to wait. Like, this is good news. And okay, we're kind of averaging in. We have an idea that maybe,
The
I don't
Nasdaq 100
like, they
extends
might,
gains to more than 1%.
they might have an idea of what the market's going to do today. Maybe they've cheated and they have the data already. I do believe that that happens. But if I'm a market maker, I'm not putting it all in right now. I'm averaging in and hoping, and then probably, I bet we see a dip right before news, man. It just makes sense that it would be a little risk off right before that news hits, just in case that it's just like a huge miss, because that's going to be a problem for this move to the upside. So this could even be, if we close outside the range and barely close outside the range, I'm just telling you guys, like, I'd want this to go hit TP before the news. And that's very unlikely to happen. And if it misses, then what's happening is a freaking flip day. Like, we're going to come down here. So because it's right before this big news, I cannot give this an A setup. In fact, I fall in line with more of what this grade is right here, which sucks because I really wanted to have like a B or an A setup today. But of course, structure is in line. Momentum is in line. I like all that. We're still at a case right now where it's like, I think it's like, 58-42, 58 bear still. Now we get good jobs, JOLTS data. Okay, that's going to change things. Like, we might drop to like 50-50. So bulls are definitely trying to step back in, but I'm just telling it what I'd rather see instead of a breakout right here. I'd rather see price calm the hell down and come back down to an equilibrium level, wait for news. Then I got like, okay, I know what the news is now. That could potentially lead sentiment for the day. And if we break higher and the news is decent and things are looking, dude, we're going in. And that turns it to like a B or an A setup. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Type it in chat if that makes sense. Type 1 through 10. 10 meaning that makes sense. 1 meaning that doesn't make any sense. Just so I can get a feel for the room.
And I can, tell you what I'm seeing if you want.
No.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
I can just stay
of course.
quiet.
Of course. Go ahead. Stay quiet. All right.
So we do have some bullish SMT, right? We canceled out the bearish. So that's good for our trade if we break to the upside.
Thank God.
And we just created a 5-minute fair value gap below us right now. So we're trading into this 5-minute fair value gap right now as we speak. So I would like to see that stay respected, and we continue the move higher to yesterday's high, right? That would be ideal. But here's the thing. News comes out and we're bearish. Our first signature will be, we disrespect that 5-minute fair value gap below us. We close outside of the range to the downside. And what does that do? Tell me, everybody, what does that bullish SMT do when price action's bearish? What does it act as?
Dubai residents get potential.
What does the
missile threat
SMT,
alert.
the bullish SMT, act as? That's right. Mike got it. So that's what we have to be paying attention to, because technically we're bearish, like overall, right? So that's what I'm looking at today, folks.
Good stuff. Hoorah, baby.
10 a.m. Eastern
Fuel.
time, we have University of
Very
Michigan
clear. I
Central
mean, this is just
prelim,
another one of those days like
forecast
yesterday where it's,
54.6,
I mean, it's real
prior
clear.
56.6, with a range of
Yeah.
58 to 52.
All right, guys, we're getting
ready
ready for this news to drop. Let's go, man.
Forecast
Excited for
6.75
this.
million.
This could set the
9 minutes,
tone for the day,
6.542
baby.
million, with a range of 7.16 million to 6.25 million. University of Michigan 5-year inflation prelim forecast 3.4%, prior 3.3%. University of Michigan 1-year inflation prelim
All right.
forecast
Make it
3.7%,
rolling.
prior 3.4%. University of Michigan expectations prelim forecast 54.5, prior 56.6.
Notice how that
And
5-minute
University
candle
of
has no
Michigan
top wick.
conditions prelim
What did I say
forecast
earlier? If you've been following,
54.9,
it created the
prior
top wick and what?
56.6.
Reversing. So price created the top wick and then it ran out of steam.
You know, something I don't like is when we do have news coming out and we haven't broken out side of the range yet, because then once news hits and it's like a big push, like sometimes it can just blast off to the target.
We're gonna hear the news and we might get in before. I've been saying it. I almost have an itch today to just get in before the orb breaks. I was trying to do it before we started our live session. Like, I was trying to look for a setup, you know, but it just didn't give it to me, man. It just didn't give it to me.
Yeah.
Shit. Left side. Whoops. Where you at? Oh, you say you'll be back? I might have missed that. Whoops. All right, smart money trading. Get my charts up the right way. One of the things that I don't like to have happen while we're waiting for news to drop is I don't like price actually breaking
UAE
outside.
Defense is currently dealing with missile threat.
UAE is dealing with a missile threat right now. Dubai residents get potential missile threat alerts coming across the wire. Sorry, that just dropped. Air defenses are currently dealing with a missile threat. So prayers go out to everyone in the UAE right now. I know we have somebody in chat that lives there. Are you hearing sirens?
So Trump on Truth Social here just putting out an article which is named as
He's at my door.
Trump Cuba confirms.
I'm back.
So, excuse me. Trump putting out an article that says Cuba confirms talks with Trump officials raising hopes for a U.S. deal. Again, Trump's putting out an article.
Cuba is talking with Trump about a U.S. deal.
Cuba confirms talks with Trump officials raising hopes for
UAE is dealing with a missile threat as we speak. So this is what we're talking about. This little break, I am going to take this break out. It's going to be a C setup, a very light trade. Okay, I don't have a whole lot of hope here just because this is 5 minutes away from this is 5 minutes away from news, guys. So I'm going in light sizing, very, very light sizing. I don't like the distance here that we could potentially travel. So be sure to protect yourself on this move, okay? But I am going to take it light sizing. I went one lot on the cash account, one lot. So very light sizing. And with the prop account, I didn't even really have to trade it, but I am going to trade it. I got a protection at that 50. What is it? 50. What is it? 50. Oh, shit. 81.
To the Wall Street Journal.
Jeez, that's a lot, man.
Sending more warships to escort tankers through the Strait of Hormuz.
Guys, anything could happen right here. Honestly, I don't love this, but what happened? Some news about
Pentagon is weighing sending additional warships to the Middle East in preparation to escort oil tankers through the Strait.
We're going to send warships to the Middle East to prepare to escort oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz.
Two U.S. officials. CENTCOM that's responsible for American forces
3, 6, 9.
has asked for more destroyers.
Hopefully we get a good jobs report and we just pump.
To help protect commercial ships trying to transit the strait, through which roughly 20% of the world's oil supply typically flows, one of the officials said.
We have not tapped the shelf, guys. So, you know, I'm just looking at what market structure should do. We should come down, tap the shelf, maybe move higher. It is going to be a little choppy here. I don't love this move. Make sure you're light sized, light sized. Anything could happen here. This JOLTS data coming through better be good. We've got a few minutes to go, about 3 minutes now, so I'll let you guys know when we start counting down. But like I said, risk off environment before makes a lot of sense to me. I am going, you know, man, dude, this is just too iffy before news.
Yeah, everything from a structure, like everything, let them see it is a clear up, right? But bad news comes out that changes the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
whatever you think's gonna happen goes out the window.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
At the top of the hour, get the US.
I personally
US
think you got to give this more
prelim
space,
forecast 54
but
price
damn,
6.6.
that's a big.
US job openings forecast 6.75 million, price 6.524 million.
We'll see what happens
Image
here.
5 inflation prelim expectations forecast 3.4%, price 3.3. 1 year inflation prelim forecast 3.7%, price 3.4. Image expectations prelim forecast.
I don't love where our stop is at because it is in the way of
And
structure.
conditions prelim
Like I
forecast
said.
54.9, price 56.6.
This is pretty iffy. I'm only down 450 bucks in the cash account, so I can let that ride. I'm not really worried about that. I'll probably play a bigger range. I'll probably play the entire range, to be honest with you. Or 8, 12. We'll see. Dude, this is an iffy trade. I'm not gonna lie. This is like one of the most iffy trades that we've been in, just because news is right here. But look, if I push this up to the key level, I still get a 1-to-1 down here. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay playing a wider range with my cash account. The prop account, I don't know, man. I'm down 80 bucks right now. It's not a big deal, but I don't want to push.
The Wall Street Journal piece as well, which is posted on the feed. The
Sorry,
US
hold
wouldn't escort Hormuz vessels until the Iran threat is
We
released.
ordered vessels.
1 minute to go now.
We're like,
University
it's all about
Michigan.
oil in the Strait of Hormuz. That's the news that's coming through right now. So nothing crazy, but this is gonna be it, guys. This is either gonna spike one way or another, man. I'm really hopeful, but I'm a little nervous here at this news, especially for the long. 58 points, or 80. I'm sorry, 80. What was it? 81 points. Yeah, dude. Like, if your stop is right there, you are most likely going to get stopped out. So you might as well close the trade now if you're not comfortable with it. I'm going to play a wider range. This makes sense to me to play a wider range. And if I lose, that's fine. If we flip for the day, it's fine. The news is going to give me direction, so it's all good.
10 seconds.
We got 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5. Here we go. Jobs data incoming.
55.5, 55.5, higher than forecast.
Higher than forecast.
54.8. Current conditions 57.8, 57.8, higher than forecast 54.9. Job openings coming in at 6.946 million.
All right, that's not great.
6 million, higher than forecast of 6.75 million, prior being revised to 6.55 million from the original prior of 6.
Missile threat happening. That's kind of throwing a little wrench in. Let's see here.
3.2%, lower than forecast of 3.4%. 1 year inflation.
Let me take
prelim,
this
3.4%,
article,
lower than
put it
forecast
in.
of 3.7%. Michigan expectations prelim 54.1, lower than forecast 54.5, and conditions prelim for University of Michigan 57.8, 57.8, higher than forecast 54.9. Not seeing any reaction from the markets off the back of the JOLTS data or
Really
the
no
prelim
reaction
data
right
or
here.
the
Let's
Michigan
see.
Center
Some
prelim
very
data.
overall data came in strong across the board, but Dubai is under a missile threat right now. So let's see here. JOLTS was a massive beat, so that's cool. JOLTS was a big beat. Man, I'm surprised we didn't see a big tick up right there, dude. Let me see here. Genuinely strong. Yeah, so labor market is genuinely strong. Maybe that's like negative because rate cuts, right? Strong labor market, no rate cuts, you know. University Michigan sentiment was a beat. The 1 year inflation expectation beat. 5 year inflation beat. France and Italy are in talks with active September Fed rate cut on the table. That's good. All of that is good. But this this
We have posted out the image sentiment
Iranian
report on the feed.
missile threat to the UAE is what's happening right now. The data tells you to buy, and then the missile tells you to sell. That's literally so. I think the market just has to reconcile these two things simultaneously right now, and the jolt is insane. That's 400,000 above forecasts, combined with like the sort of the cooling inflation. That's the most bullish economic data. But again, guys, like this missile threat with Dubai and Strait of Hormuz, this is just like overtaking the tone of the day, and the market is already up 0.6%. It was up 1% up here, so this is a big range. I mean, we're asking the market to jump significantly, you know? I want it to, trust me, but yeah, this isn't looking great. I need the market to pause here at this shelf and respect structure and get in down here. Like, I already know this is going to produce this. Yeah, this is like going to produce another buy. Let me see what this looks like. I'm not saying this is a bad idea if you're averaged in nicely. Maybe you could do this, but let's see here. Just depends on what the market really wants to do, man. Because we have an 81 point stop. So 80 points up here. Down here. Secondary buy, huh? 831. That data is really good, man. I might average into this position here on my cash account. I think I'm going to. In fact, I am. I'm definitely going to. As long as we don't blow past these lows and we can close in the next 50 seconds somewhere down here, if that produces a buy signal, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to size up. Okay, I don't need to size up in this position. There's no real reason to. Structure is still aligned. We're looking pretty good with structure. We could pull back even more. Here's the 1 minute, right? So market is just doing what it normally does, right? So here's the leg, here's halfway, here's the golden pocket. All right, that's the expected move. Higher high is expected. All right, with this structure. If I'm wrong and she just flips, it makes the day easier for me. Like, I'll flip with it, you know? But so far, that's what I'm seeing. Plus what Troy was saying about the bearish SMT being canceled. That's cool. So give myself more room here and possibly a secondary position. I might even give myself more because of the secondary position. So I might even have to play this even more. But yeah, I mean, the market is processing this JOLTS data and it's good. So I don't know if they're just slow to buy or what, but it's really good. I mean, I guess it just depends on how much the market really believes in it. Trump posting on Truth Social, Iran regime fundamentally miscalculated Trump. He's amplifying the narrative that they're losing. I think now would be a good time. I'm going to go ahead and add. I did add a secondary position right there. Again, if this is a bullish case scenario, we shouldn't flip the range, and I'm going to just bank on that today. I'm banking on that. That's it. It's that simple. You don't have to add. You could have shut down your first trade at 51. You could have had a second trade here, or you could not. You could, I don't think, I mean, this doesn't scream to me that we're going to like reverse, but there's weirdness happening in the market with the Iran thing. So, I mean, you know, I got to give you both sides, dude. If I give you one side, that's not fair, you know? Then I'm just like lying to myself. This week is so freaking annoying. Yeah. Well, that's the market, dude. The market is not always friendly, you know? We need to get out of this little 1 minute downtrend. So here's a shelf on the one. Prices respected the shelf so far. What we want to see is volume breaking structure in this micro downtrend. Once we can break that, we can use that as fuel to possibly move higher. But currently, that's not what she's doing. So we'll see. Inside shelf over here on the one. All right, so there's 1 minute structure. Patience. That's it, man. Just have patience. I don't know what else to say. We're inside of the orb range.
Maloney's office says they're monitoring LNG Arctic metagas ship off Malta. So Italy says ship carries substantial amount of LNG.
The market's up 0.5%. You know, the data came in as a beat. I don't know what to say. Like, we have a little bit of fundamentals backing up, you know, somewhat of a breakout here. This isn't a great breakout, but I like this. I like this move pre-market. I like that move. It's just like I said, it didn't really have a follow through. Here's the 15 as we continue to slide. Continuing to slide a little bit here. I'd like to see this respected and make a higher high, obviously, but this is just where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. You can't be mad at the market for moving. I mean, the market's moving, you know, it's just what it is. So we've got two buys. I'm in 2 lots on the cash. Down 1,100. It's not even 0.5%. So I'm not mad at that. Selling off the back of this news is interesting to me. Like, I don't really understand that, but that's just what the market wants to do right now. Okay, inside shelf is kind of the last line in the sand here. Let's see what she does in this inside shelf range. Not much we can do, but just wait and see and watch, see what the market wants to do. That's it, guys. Guys and gals, sorry ladies. Didn't mean to leave you out on that one.
Trump on Iranian sleeper cells says there could be more than 1,700.
Why would you say that, Trump? Right now?
So this is Fox News Radio now airing Trump interview recorded on Thursday.
He said that on Thursday. Okay. Trump says there could be over 1,000 sleeper cells in the United States from Iran. That's great. So that's really nice. Thanks. Thanks for releasing that now, Fox. I appreciate that. I think it's smart that we played the whole range. Even if it does flip, to be honest with you, I do think it's smart. So we're giving ourselves plenty of room for the market to decide that this news isn't that bearish. I mean, it's not. But the overall sentiment is still, I mean, like I said this morning, dude, it's going to be hard to flip. Like, oh, we're, 80% bull right now. It's just not going to happen. The overall market headlines, though, that came in this morning, like, I mean, a lot of this is bullish, dude. The Fed medium rate cut forecast updated to 3.375 from 3.625. That's also bullish, by the way. The bulls might be taking control into the weekend with oil declining and just all these nice little headlines. But again, just got to wait and see what happens here. This is a pretty heavy V shape down from the highs off the backs of that news on the 1 minute. Nice little V shape to the downside. We want to see the shelf disrespected this one above us, right? This one was respected. Now we have this one. We want to see the market blast through that level. Give us a run up to 25K. But man,
Trump on Iranian Supreme Leader. Just reiterating what he said before, but he says, I think he's damaged.
Trump saying that the Iranian leader is damaged. Okay, we got somebody in Dubai saying that the emergency alert is loud.
As compared to the prior of 16.1 billion.
He said nothing yet. Somebody said, blew my funded account today. It was $600 from payout at one time. Good times, man. That's sizing. Sizing will kill you. I told you to go light. Light. Sizing is the #1 issue for 99.9% of traders who are not profitable. So I'll show you where I'm at, just so you can get a feel. This is my funded accounts at 238 in drawdown, playing the entire range. And if this is a flip day for me, I most likely will size up. But I'm very aware of what I'm doing. So notice I have 1, right? Now, if you're trying to pass an eval or something, I mean, I can understand sizing up, but when I say C day means size down, not up. Very important. This is why you had to trade with people who've been trading longer and give you good direction, dude. And that right there comes from being around people and holding yourself accountable. Gotta hold yourself accountable. So size better. You got to size better. That's it. You know it. I mean, when you blow an account and you're $600 away from payout and you blow the whole thing, $2,000, you know you oversized. So that's not the strategy's fault. That's sizing, And I feel for you, man. It's a problem. It's a very big problem. Most people don't really talk about sizing. Boy, this V shape to the downside is ugly though, but we still have our daily bias. Let's just roll through it. We have our daily bias to the upside. We've broken structures to the upside. If this is a quick flip, then unfortunately, that's exactly what it'll be, a quick flip, and I will take that flip. Meaning if she flips the range, I will flip with it. Not a fun thing to go through if you're not used to drawdown, but it's normal in trading, guys. Where is the validation zone?
US says all crew members of KC-135 lost in Iraq confirmed deceased. Trump on Jones Act.
A big KC-135 plane, refueling
US
plane,
all
went
6 crew
down
members of the US KC-135
yesterday,
lost in Iraq are dead.
and all members on that plane are dead, unfortunately. There we go.
So a reminder, last night, or after the market closed, you had the US military said that they were aware of the loss of the US KC-135.
Remember, this is where buyers
refueling
stepped in last time down here. So we'll see. This is the line in the sand down here, guys. We're about to flip, structurally speaking, as well. So again, nothing I can really do about this. I'm playing the range, and that's just what I decided to do. Currently down $2,000. The account's at 258,000. So that is not even 1% of my account. To give you guys, like, I could have risked a lot less than that, but just to give you a real assessment of my risk and the type of risk that I take, because I know a lot of people look at the range and they go, oh my God. And then, you know, we get people, and it's nobody's fault, but just like, they don't know sizing, dude. Most people do not understand sizing. So that's to give you an example of what I'm risking today on a C setup. I would have been happy walking away with like $1,000, $500 even, like, for the day on my cash account. I'm not stressed at all. Now, little different story in the prop account, just because
Trump says we're not focused right now on getting Iranian uranium, but at some point we might.
Sorry, I got news coming through.
We might be.
We're not focused on getting the Iranian uranium. Say that 10 times fast. So I took that second position, and if she flips here, it does look like that's what she wants to do, but I can't judge it too fast because this is where buyers stepped in last time. I'm going to have to see her flip the range. That sucks. I got to wait. It sucks because if she does it, it's like, well, I kind of had the feeling she would do it, but I just can't judge this market like that. I got to let the strategy play out, dude. We got 22 seconds. Buyers stepped in here last time. Maybe they step in now when we make a new high. Who knows, right? But yeah, that's just where I'm at. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone. It's nobody's fault, but you got to learn sizing. You know, that's very important. When we're trading the orb range, we have to respect the range. We have to understand the range. We have to look at the size of that range. We have to look at the size of our account. We have to look at what all the options on the table are for sizing, and we have to do that correctly, you know? That's it. Were you trading inside TV, Quinn? Okay. The Dubai missile attack is still unresolved, by the way. Like, I don't don't know what that'll happen there, but I know that that's something that Nasdaq went negative as soon as we got that report in. It's just to be honest with you, like, I don't know. I already said it, but like, bears are still in control. They haven't like given up. I mean, this is still a very scary market. So, you know, that's just the environment that we're in right now. I decided to trade most of the range. Hopefully that's not a mistake. I did add with light sizing. So hopefully that's not a mistake, but if it is a mistake, that's fine. We'll see the flip. That'll break structure. We can kind of take it from there. But right now, temporary daily bias is still to the upside. We have 2 buy signals. The data came in strong. We do have some strong data, but the whole thing with Iran and news that's hitting the wire, that's kind of that's the catalyst, guys. There's nothing I can do about that. I'll be right back. I'm going to take a leak.
It's correct from Wise. Trump said more than 1,700 Iranians entered the US illegally.
Be right back, guys. A lot of selling pressure coming through here. Nothing really we can do about it, but a lot of pressure coming in off this shelf. No top wick on this candle though. Let's see. All we're doing is hanging out, people. That's it. I mean, if you're nervous right now, I get it, but it's just sizing. That's it. You got to focus on your sizing. You should not be that nervous. It's not that big of a deal. Come on. Reality check. It's not that big of a deal. I got 2 trades in, pretty light size. I'm looking to make, you know, I mean, if this can flip bullish for the day and go back up to the top of the range, I mean, this could be a nice win. But I don't have a whole lot of, my expectations for the market isn't like yesterday. I told you it's not going to be as easy as yesterday. I said, like, the first thing I said when I got on was, I don't think today's going to be as easy. Yesterday was too easy. Today is just a little bit, with the news being so conflicting, it's really tough. I think the market's trying to wrap its head around what to do. There's a lot of reasons for bulls to regain control, but it takes time. We still have bearish sentiment, so it takes time. But I think overall, the news suggests that we could rotate back to bullish sentiment. We're just not there yet. So that's where we're at. So that's why I played a wider stop today, playing the range and just trying to see if that news can rotate from bearish to bullish. It makes a lot of sense. If it can, it would make a lot of sense to me. If it can't, that makes sense as well. It would just, it would be unfortunate. That's all. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot to say about it. This shelf was disrespected. If we can reclaim it, that'd be great. Market is trying to rotate. There's the 1 minute shelf. We can reclaim that 1 minute shelf. That's the first sign of rotation back to the upside, not the IFEG or whatever. This structure, actual real structure. So that's what I'm looking for. We got two buy signals. Took both. Now, it'll be interesting when price gets up here, if she can rotate back up close to the highs. It'll be interesting to see whether or not she fails. Okay, if she fails, it might be a choppy session. It might be more chop. Okay, if she can break the high, we're out of here. We're up here at this this previous high, but we're not out of the woods yet. So stay. What do they call it? Stay frosty. Stay frosty. Stay frosty. Okay.
Stay vigilant.
Yeah. Stay frosty, y'all. In profit on one of my two trades, down $400 now. You guys ready for the market to rotate in our direction? That'd be nice. Give here this music in the what? In the background. Give here this music in the background. Give Mike. Oh, you want to hear some chart life is what you're saying. Okay, got it. You want to hear some chart life. All right.
Yeah, if we can close above this 15-minute gap, man, we're gonna be going up to yesterday's high for sure. Nasdaq stronger to the upside. She's not wanting to go down, you know. But we really need to kind of bust through this. This is I could see for a lot of short traders, you know, they're looking at these gaps, you know, oh, there's a BPR here, you know.
I don't think any institutions look at BPRs.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's a lot of people gonna go short right here.
Oh yeah.
But if we disrespect that, man, we're blasting off up to yesterday's high.
Hey, sure. It feels better to disrespect things that a lot of traders hold valid,
Yes.
it feels good.
Yes.
And if it gives us a feeling of like, this is nice and a little bit more confidence, let's freaking go. You know what I mean? Let's do it. But we're not out of the woods yet. So let's just hope that this volume man, my voice is giving out. Hope that the volume continues, guys. Let's just hope that it continues. All right, you guys want to hear an original? Here we go. This is unfortunately just for YouTube. Sorry, because I can't really do it. All right, let's get back into profit, at least on one trade. Because I feel like if I play my music and then I lose the trade, it's like, oh crap, don't play your music anymore. Like, damn, that's cold-blooded, dude. But yeah, this is not. We're not out of the woods yet. This 1 minute time frame is showing a disrespect of this shelf, and now we have a shelf below. So now the new location is here, and yeah, it doesn't look half bad. I still like the move to the upside so far, so we'll see what happens. Here's the 15 minute. Oof, she's gonna need some steam. That 15 minute is not pretty. She's gonna need some serious steam over the next 10 minutes. Like, let's get up here and I'll feel better about it. But yeah, this looks like a suppressive price action move right now. And look at this, all this imbalance below. We might be flipping. I mean, that's just what it is. We might flip for the day. I hate to say that, but it is not looking great for longs right now. Price action is zooming to the downside. Big sell candles coming through right now. Let's see if we can get halted up here. Disrespected that shelf. It said, nope, I don't want your stupid upward structure, brah. All right, she's moving now. Jeez. Big 5 minute sell candle. Huge 5 minute sell candle. I don't see any news coming across the wire on my side. Retesting that support level down there. I mean, this is where buyers stepped in last time. Let's see if we get saved again. But yeah, again, that support level just being retested. Let's see if buyers can step in again. Tons of buyers down. Look at that. The little jump right there. Just buyers not wanting to go down here on the Nasdaq. Supporting the Nasdaq. These are the lows right here for sure. I mean, that was a nice buy. Look at that. The buyers they're definitely, feels like it's rotating for sure, but yeah. You know, man. If we could flip bullish on this candle, that'd be great. Just a lot of selling pressure still. It's crazy, man. A lot of selling pressure. If we break this level, we might cruise down dramatically. This level is where buyers are stepping in now. They're protecting these lows. So I gotta stick with the daily bias until further notice. That's just how the strategy works, man. So leaning on the strategy. I know this is scary. These are definitely scary candles for sure, but you know, like I get it. You know, I'm not oblivious. I get it. It's just we haven't flipped. I don't know what to tell you. That's just where we're at.
Trump says Carg Island is one of many different things. Trump asked about taking Carg Island, says not high up on the list. So just in regards to Carg Island for Iran, that's where 90% of Iran's oil exports flow and is arguably the nation's most sensitive economic target. But the export terminal has so far remained untouched throughout the US-Israel bombing campaign. We'll pop out an article as an explainer from The Guardian about the importance of Carg Island.
Yeah, lots of selling pressure this morning. Boy, if she flips the range, it's going to make it easy for me, though. She could take off here. She's breaking these
Trump
lows.
says they're
If she's
doing
breaking
well
these lows.
economically with China.
He what? I don't know what Trump just said. Trump says something about China. Something about China. I'm not sure what. Okay. Cruising past these lows here. This is where all
Trump adds
this,
on China, we've had a good relationship.
all the support has been before. I don't know. Don't know, guys. Might break it. I don't know. No top wick on this 5. $250. Looks like she could be flipping. But no top wick. This is a very peculiar day so far. I am literally right there at the edge of glory. She flips, she flips. I'm gonna have to flip with it. It's just where it's at. Right at the edge of glory here on the other side of the range. We'll see if buyers step in once again. The line in the sand is right here, man. Looks like she wants to cruise down. But let's just see what happens. On the edge of glory, 2 minutes 50 seconds to go. It's a long 2 minutes to wait, but let's see if she can pull back up. I mean, once again, buyers stepped in many times over here. I don't know if they're exhausted or if they're going to step in again, but that's what we saw before.
So APA news official says the US destroyer USS Oscar Austin shot down the Iranian ballistic missile in Turkish airspace.
All right, here we go. Getting a sell signal right here. 3 minutes to go. Man, 2 minutes to go. This is definitely interesting times. I'm not out of the trade yet. Waiting for a candle body to close. Let's see if that's all she wanted. Boy, I tell you what. Buyers step in aggressive here. By the way, we shut down a ballistic missile over Turkish airspace. That was the news that just dropped right now. I'm on the edge of glory, guys. I'm on the edge of glory. Waiting for a 5-minute candle body to break. Did not get a sell signal to flip the range yet. Dangerous. Dangerous times. Dangerous but vigilant. Let's go. Dangerous but vigilant. If we move to the downside, we're looking at an 81 point potential move. This is going to be the
Trump
stop.
says the economy will bounce right back when the Iran war is over.
Talking about the Iran war being over. Trump is right now. The economy will bounce right back when it's over. By the way, we moved the money management to the top of the indicator list.
Trump says the reports of long lines for gas in China are correct.
Okay, so looking at potentially a short position being taken here in 50 seconds. This is unfortunately giving us a flip, guys. So we got 45 seconds. I don't know if we're going to close in the range or what, but this looks super freaking suspect. Lots of selling pressure right here. I think this is time to dip and recalibrate, unfortunately. So I am out. I'm going to be recalibrating to the downside, looking for a move here. Potentially a move to the downside. So this is what we're looking at. I'm looking at down being the position to take in 17 seconds. Okay, we got 8 seconds to go. I am sizing up on my cash accounts. Here we go, guys. Okay. Looking for a little bit of a top wick on this candle. Looking for a top wick here. We'll see if we get it. All right. So yeah, I just went in full position right
Germany's
there.
Chancellor Merz says we aim to develop a joint energy supply strategy.
Again, moving into this position here, guys, where we got an 81 point
Democrat
stop.
senators probe into 8 AI companies on data centers.
Sorry, I'm just focused on the trade, guys. So let me see here. Man, the futures, I'm not used to trading future. I'm still getting used to trading the futures side of things. So excuse me.
Italy's foreign ministry denies FT reports over negotiations with Iran to reopen Hormuz Strait to Italian vessels.
Okay, Italy denies the reports to negotiate with Iran, basically opening up the Strait of Hormuz. This is a very negative bias. This is a negative news.
At about 8:45
We go
p.m.
right back to bearish, 75%, 80% bearish, just like that, guys. Amazing. That's amazing. Unfreaking believable.
Denying that report.
Just these fake reports trying to move the market. All right, I was down in the first trade, just to let you guys know where I'm at. I was down 27.88. Currently up 1,000 on this trade. 1,200 and counting. Let's go. I'm actually going to add a little bit to the downside here. I do like this move. I'm adding 2 more positions to that move to the downside. I like it. I like it a lot. With that negative news about Italy just denying all the bullish things that could happen in the Middle East, this I think will hit TP. I don't want to speak too soon, right? But I mean, just based on the news, that looks really good. One thing we don't have is a top wick on this candle, so I'm hoping that we just go hit TP before she cruises back up. This could be a nice sell opportunity, so just letting you guys know. But yeah, I'm in. I did size up, and let's see what we can do. Crazy horse strategy might get a little crazy this morning. Might be a little crazy today, guys. A little crazy. man, that 15-minute no top wick just is it's scary. This is scary because look, I mean, from a structure standpoint, you go up, you make a higher high, you pull back, that's about 50%, then you go up and make high. I mean, this could be like a tragic day for flipping. Could be, but this negative Nancy news coming through is great. I just want that to keep flowing. Like, can we get Trump to post something horrific right now? Come on, give us the drop, baby. Always going to give you reasons to go up and down so that you see both sides of the field. How you guys doing, man? You guys all right? You still with me? You still with me? Who's with me, baby? Come on. Don't give up. The market wants you to give up and leave. You know that, right? It wants you to fold. As soon as you do, you're going to be like, dang, I wish I did this. I wish I did that. So just remember that. That's what the market wants you to do. It wants you to give up. It wants you to fold. I'm looking at 24,515 as the TP level. Let's see if she can rotate. Turn the market negative for the day for a second. She's right on the verge of turning negative, getting a little bit of support as she's turning negative. So, man, it's a battle. It's a battle, folks. It's a battle. Jeez. Let's go. Let's go. Where are my warriors at, man? Where are all my warriors, baby? Huh? Where are the warriors? We're getting a buy signal. We're getting sells. What is going on? All right, I'll tell you what. I'll make this a little bit easier to see so nobody's freaking out. Let's just go flips only. This is what actually happened today. Boom, we got to buy, we got to sell. Easier to read, right? All right, let's do that. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. 24,515. That's the TP level. Someone do their voodoo magic and just make price hit it, okay? Just do your voodoo magic. Somebody's doing it right now. Let's go. Quickly. I don't have a lot of time. I got to play golf and go play with my kids today. Let's go. Hurry up. Can you guys hurry and do the voodoo thing, whatever you do? Hurry up, okay? All right. In the meantime, in other news, Mike dropped a new single. Oh, that's loud. I'll turn it down. All right. Shots look like a cardiogram. Every record was in who I am. Click by click, sell audience. That's what's up, dude. All right, come on, man. Do your voodoo.
According to Wall Street Journal, Pentagon sends Marine Expeditionary Unit to Middle East.
cross lines, P&L swinging like a mood swing. Rich at noon by close, nothing refresh. Screens on my eyes, like every fake break out feel like heartbreak. No lunch, just losses and gains. Win big, then give it back insane. Failing, say why you chase stress. They don't see when I outguess. Ride spin like a wild Mustang, like you the wild bells clanging. Hey, hobby in a day trader. Everything feel like a razor.
The Wall Street Journal excess approved a request from the US interest demand. Again, that was with the Wall Street Journal reporting that Pentagon sends Marine Expeditionary Unit to the Middle East. Nasdaq turning negative, last down 0.1%.
We're looking for 30 points, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and just shoot real quick. We got 5 minutes till the new hour candle. I'd like to hit this before.
Just keep an eye on gold continuing to move towards the downside here. The S&P 500, the same as well, moving towards the downside. Dollar seeing continued to slow grind up as well.
I know nobody in school hears this. I'm listening to the Crazy Horse Strategy song that I dropped. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go. Can I share some music, Troy? I love you, dog.
S&P 500 index turning negative. It had been up 0.9%.
I'm turning this shit up. Crazy Horse Strategy, most consistent in the game. Get out of my face.
They told me play it safe, don't take the risk. But I saw freedom in a candlestick. One right move, now the game's unlocked. No more watching
It's
clocks,
TP.
now I watch
That's
my
TP.
stocks. Long one, short two.
I think I'm the best to ever do this shit.
Like you. I just left, tell 'em short on
Let's go.
Stack it up, flip it,
What?
watch what I do. Late nights,
I'm pretty sure I'm the best to ever do it.
but the numbers don't lie.
God.
The devil when you see through
Wow.
the sky.
Guys, shall I show you? Anyone want to see? Raise your hand if you want to see. What did Mikey say he was doing? Increasing, right? Ready?
Almost called it a quit, but I stayed in the game, never ran from a hit. Watched all the fakes.
Iran denies firing any missiles towards Turkey.
You don't think I do it live? Of course I do it live. You don't think it's the real deal? Of course I'm the real deal. Ready? Hold on. Let me show you today. Hold on. Today.
You had a headline earlier on, according to a US official cited by APA, where US says Oscar Austin.
Did YouTube get it? Take the screenshot. Let's go. Look, is it $1 million? No. But I win, baby. What can I tell you? That's it. I must be the luckiest guy on earth. Resync my stats for the day.
Also seeing spot silver falling over 3%.
1.59K. Let's go. Let's go. All right.
Fox News interview says, I think
So,
Putin
real
may
talk.
be helping Iran a bit.
This is a simple day, actually. It's just
So S&P 500 turning negative last
your
month,
emotions can get
1%.
to you, and if you don't
Nasdaq
size right, you can blow your account.
down 0.3%.
Let me turn off news. I'm done. Like, I'm out. What do I'm done for the day. What do I do? Yeah, come on. Yeah. Oh, so what's the lesson for today? I'll tell you the lesson. All right. The lesson is number one. Let me close this out. Number one, the first lesson that I'm going to take away from today with everyone is this. If you do not size correctly, you will never be profitable in this game. Hoorah, smash the like button if you're on YouTube. Type hell yeah in chat with me today if you're in the live room. So that's number one. Like, you will never be a successful trader if you do not size correctly. If there's anyone who's like, damn, I blew my account, I did this and that, it's okay. Learning lesson. Move on to the next day. You're okay. You're going to live, I promise, okay? The second learning lesson from today is stick to the rules. Notice, when things, I held all the way to the bottom of the flip. And I was still like, we did not close below the flip, right? So I held. And once it started to say, okay, we're disrespecting this upward. Remember, we were going up and we had that shelf below us, and then it disrespected it. Big sell candles came through. It's like, all right, that's obvious. And then what happened? What happened, guys? Third lesson for the day. News. Right? I know a lot of you guys rely on structure and ICT, SMC, ABCDFG, Wagyu beef sticks, but did you see it clearly today with me because of news? I know for a fact there's none of you that can say you didn't. So that's a huge W, and we all took wins today because of it. We looked at news, we looked at structure, we looked at the strategy, and we combine it. So is that teachable? Absolutely teachable. But does it come for free without you putting in, number one, time, effort, tenacity? Like, you got to have thick skin, and also some money. It's going to cost you money, dude. Whether you blow prop accounts and try to do it on your own and think that you can do it on your own, or you pay a little bit to get into a mentorship, you are going to pay to learn anything. Dude, I was a signed artist. I did music for 20 years. You're going to pay to learn shit. That's just what happens, dude. Nobody got good at something without paying for it, period. So as I kind of move into, let me shut down the music. As I kind of move into the rest of my day here, here's what I like to think of. I'd like to think that I traded. It bought me freedom. The trading bought me freedom, the freedom to do what I want for the rest of the day. Right, Troy? That's why we trade. And we don't trade just for money. Well, the money comes if we stay disciplined, if we stick to the strategy. So everyone should be posting a freaking horse in school today, because that's all this was. But can you get a little bit of an edge? I'm talking, I don't know, 5%, maybe 10. If you get really good, like, I don't feel like I'm really good yet, but like really good. We saw news come through. We didn't flip the range yet I went in. But why, I got out, excuse me. I got out of my of my longs before the sell signal had hit. It wasn't too much before, but it was before, because that news, right? So that gave me a little bit of an edge mixed with a strategy. Like, if you just look at risk to reward and try to do some mechanical model, that's where you're going to hurt, man. You might get lucky and whatever, but most people are just going to get hurt. You know what I mean? And you're going to have to wait for the market to sort of like rotate into that mechanical edge. There's a trader online, I won't say his name, but he's a very good trader, and I respect him a lot. He's one of the best in the game, in my opinion, but the market just is not on his side right now, dude. He's losing his ass. When it rotates and his edge starts to pan, like, yes, but the difference is, all along, I'm making little tiny moves. I don't need to get 5 Rs every day. I'm just consistently profitable every day, pretty much every day. Like, it's an 80% plus win rate this year, even more than that. So I would rather notice what I'm saying, feel good about that, having green on the board. Even if some days are small, just have green, right? Rather than have just like this strategy over here where you have this opportunity to make $1 bazillion in one trade because the risk to reward is so good or whatever. I just don't get tricked into that anymore, So that is what I want you to remember. You're trading to buy your time. You're not trading so that you can sit on the charts. So with that being said, I'm really pumped that this panned out, and it's no surprise. By the way, I want everyone to know, every single other day where flip days have happened, we have won. Period. Full stop. Like, that's just it, baby. So I'm pumped. That's exciting, dude. That's freaking exciting. That's when okay, dude, you have an edge. Like, there's something here. This isn't no bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm explaining every single move before I take it. Like, over the top explaining from structure to momentum to news to the orb crazy horse, right? Like I see a lot of people, they take trades and stuff, but they don't explain what the frick they're doing. They're like, I'm going in long, and you don't see it really. They think that like copy trading is going to like hurt them, or, you know, so many, like, especially the guys who have like 10,000 people watching them, they think like retail traders matter. That doesn't matter. Most of the people are on prop firms. And by the way, the prop firms are not even connected to the CME. Like, you'd have to be a phenomenal trader for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're trading a freaking demo account, bro. You're trading a ghost account. Trust me, it's not real capital you're trading with. Will they pay you? Yeah, they'll pay you, but you're not really connected to the CME. Come on, let's be honest. I don't believe that you are. And anyways, so like 90% of people following these guys are in those. So is that really going to matter that you show your exact entries and exits and what you're doing and your whole thought process? No, it's not going to hurt. But what will hurt is that you can't teach people that strategy well enough to explain it. That's what I see. I see just, I'm getting in, spur, and then it works out and it's like, wow, that guy's amazing. But it's not teachable. This is teachable. You feel me? That's my preach. So I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I mean, I'll see you Monday. I'll see you Saturday. We're trading Bitcoin, Troy. You better be on there with me. You good, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I like it. There's no mystery. That's one thing that I always feel like with ICT people is there's always like this another thing or something that's being hidden, like some secret thing. There's no secrets here.
That's true. Yeah.
It's just real.
Even when you were learning like SMT, because I get a lot of questions about that, by the way, you might want to like address it in school at some point or something, like in here or something. Because I've gotten like, I don't know how many DMs, because you're just so freaking accurate with it. And people are like, I want to learn this SMT thing. And they think you're like holding a secret. I swear I've gotten multiple like DMs about it. So I don't know if you want to address that at some point, but like, it's not a secret. It's just, why don't we have it in the classroom was the question and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Got it.
that doesn't help, bro.
I mean, I've made it pretty clear. I feel like.
Okay.
I've got a bad egg.
Okay. Mystery man Troy. All right. Well,
yeah. Also, if you can turn off the echo setting you've got.
Oh, my dude, my bad. I thought it was off. There you go.
There we go. Cool. The biggest thing that I see, guys, I mean, I'm the one that's in the background talking to all of you. I'm talking to like 50 traders a day minimum, right? Back and forth conversation. You know, are you winning? Are you losing? What strategy are you using? Why are you doing this? Trying to solve or figure out what their problem is. And like 99.9% of the time, it's not the strategy, it's the person. And one key thing that I'm seeing is they're trying to be a lone wolf, right? It might sound cocky or like I'm like trying to be a dick, but I'm just trying to actually help you. Stop being a lone wolf. Get out of your head. You know, it's like you read something, you watch some videos, and you go back test it. Oh, this doesn't work. I'm going to go to the next thing. I'm going to find something else. And you just keep going this cycle. You keep repeating this cycle, and nothing ever works. And you wonder why. Well, look at yourself. You're being a lone wolf. What? Have you asked any questions? Have you asked for help? Gosh, we got people that are paying to be in our community. They don't ask a single question ever.
Right.
And it's like, and they're still losing. I mean, you could be winning. That's good. But if you are losing or things aren't going like you want, there's a reason why. It's 99.9% you, not the strategy. Trust me on this.
So what you're saying by lone wolf, are you meaning like they're just not even contributing, or they're just not asking any questions or not doing anything?
Right. They're not asking any questions. They're not doing anything. They're just staying silent. They're back testing what we're teaching from the videos or YouTube videos or whatever, and then wondering why nothing works. And then you just keep going down these other rabbit holes. Like, you have to have somebody get eyes on your traits to see what you're physically doing, because you don't know what you're doing wrong until someone else sees your traits. So I just really want to enforce this. Get your trades into the light. Let other people see them. Yes, I know that sucks, and that kills your ego to let people know that you suck. But guess what? That is how you get better. Trust me. And I've seen it time and time again. How it's just a cycle, and there's a winning formula and a losing formula. And if you just follow the winning formula, it works. So stop like suppressing it. Stop suppressing success on your life, and like just follow the or the system or the framework that we have in place.
Well, I'll tell you one last thing too, just for everybody, is like, we do have this, you know, I don't mention it often, but we have this VIP, you know, mentorship. It's expensive, and for a good reason, but because every single thing that you're doing, like the VIP students are doing, is fully transparent to me, like in notes, and they actually sync their account, so where I actually see every move they make. And it's very telling, dude. Like the first week was just kind of getting to know each other. Second week, it was like a lot of mistakes, and just, they were blatant. They were just standing out, Troy. Like I saw exactly what they were doing, and they knew. It's funny because they kind of knew. It's like they put it in the notes, like, oh man, I did this, I didn't, you know. And it's like, you go back through, but you have to have accountability. It's like getting in shape. If you hire a coach to get in shape, you're probably serious. You know what I mean? You probably have I would say you have much better odds than just trying to do it on your own. And I'm not trying to talk anybody into getting coaching. I'm just saying that in general, in life, when you put your money where your mouth is and you go down that road. But let me continue the story. Week 3, everything from week 2 was resolved. Like it was green the entire week. How about week 4? Green the entire week. Like the students had 2 weeks of solid green. You know what I mean? Then what happens? A little bit of comfortability, right? The 5th week, some students had a little tougher time because they were dealing with the fact that they were growing their account. Like it was actually a problem. Like, oh, wow, I'm consistently profitable. Now let me size up. It's like, no, before you size up, you need to get consistent for an amount of time. So now we go back. It's kind of like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Do you recognize that? You know, you've coached a lot of people into 7 figures with their business. Like, do you see that when you're coaching them? Is it 2 steps forward, 1 step back? Is it the same thing as trading?
Yeah. Yep, pretty much.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nothing.
It has a lot to do
new.
with just going back to the basics, just the pure fundamentals. And it's easy to ignore those or forget about them when you get to these other levels. And yeah, it's really just going back to those fundamentals and making those like just stick somehow, right? Like those are your only thing that you care about. They're the main thing, and that's it.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, well, cool. And yeah, shout out to the VIPs, because we're looking like we have a really good week this week too. And shout out to everyone in school posting your wins and losses. I said yesterday on my YouTube video that I think posting losses can in a lot of ways be more beneficial. It's embarrassing, don't get me wrong, and like it can feel that way. But I wouldn't look at it like that. I would just look at it like it's part of the game, and you're going to get the most solid feedback because every post in our community has so many comments from other traders, a lot of them who are successful and profitable too. You know what I mean? It's not just new people. So it's like you're surrounding yourself by people who really do want to help. I just think that, you know, if you're in the game to learn, and that's why everyone is here, then you need to be posting and you be active. And so being the lone wolf, like Troy is saying, it's just not going to get you anywhere. But I think we're beating a dead horse at this point. Or I am. So yeah, guys, that's it, man.
Yeah, you're always just gonna have the people that are just stubborn, like they grew up that way. Like, I am not gonna get any help. I'm gonna do this all on my own and figure it out on my own. Guess what? They're just gonna stay in that cycle for the rest of their life, and they're not gonna have any success. So I can't like I want to help the people who understand how the game works, and that's all I care about. the people that want to be lone wolves and just try to figure everything else on their own, I don't want to help them because they're unteachable. They're unhelp. You can't help them. So they just kind of come into the community, grab the indicator, start back testing. They don't see the results they like, and they go bounce down the road, right? And I just say bye bye, and I don't care about those people. So that's just part of human nature and humans, right? So not everyone can be successful. We got to have some people to take out the trash. That's what my mom used to always say. Well, Troy, somebody's got to dig the dishes, right? You got to have somebody to do that. And I'm not saying, I'm not trying to talk down on that. Trust me.
No, but dude, yeah. I
but
mean,
it's
like, yeah, it makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I've been, you know, my story with music, you know, how many times did I try out for, I mean, I recently told everybody this, kind of funny, but I had some success and I made it to, like, when I tried out for American Idol both times, it's just rejection after rejection. You know what I mean? Sure. Did I make it out of 50,000? Was I in a room full of about 150 people? Sure. Okay. So I have some talent, but like, you don't know if the rest of these things are going to check mark. All you can do is give it a shot. Did I give up? No, I got signed 2 years later. I was a signed artist. Did I turn into a mega success? No, but most people don't. I knew my odds even back then in my early 20s. So it's like, at this point, what do you want from it? And what are you willing to sacrifice? Because you're going to sacrifice to get good at anything. Like, I got really good at music. Nobody, not even Michael Jackson, was born with the gift. No, he practiced his ass off every day, more than you can imagine. So it ain't like, oh, you're born with the talent. No, that's not true. It's just not true. So I know because I lived it. And I've been around the guys who worked with Quincy Jones and worked with Michael Jackson. And anyways, long story short, dude, is like, just tenacity alone can put you in a position to win. You know that. So just don't give up. Like, no matter where you're at, don't give up if you really want this. And then what sacrifices are you willing to make? You got to be prepared.
It's so clear, man.
Yeah.
It's so clear.
Yeah.
Like, imagine Michael Jackson never having any like vocal lessons or dancing lessons. He's just that awesome. He was just born, like, he was dancing in his mom's belly.
No.
Like, that's how good he is. He didn't get any training on his moves or anything. He just did it and figured out all on his own. Nobody even spoke to him. He just stayed in a room by himself and just figured all that shit out and became who he is.
Yeah.
Like, it's so clear, people, and I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
But at least we're the group, Midas Touch. We're the ones that are getting that information out there, because nobody's talking about what's real online, in my opinion. People just aren't talking about it. Right?
I think they are, but it's like, it's a hit or miss. You get majority of people aren't, and that's because they're kids. Majority of people that are like really popular right now, it's actually sad, but they're like in their early 20s. They have zero real life experience. They've got everything handed to them pretty much because either, I'm not going to say negative things, but long story short is like, I'm just here doing my thing. I'm documenting my journey. Like, I just want to be clear to everybody, because this is on YouTube as well. Like, I'm not trying to throw shade at any one person, but from what I've seen, there's been so many scams and liars and people who have built on the backs of those lies years ago when they could get away with it. And now they can't really get away with it as much. They still do, but not as much. And so a lot of these guys have been caught out. And so the industry is filled with noise. There's just a lot of noise. And so when we started this community, the idea was like, well, how do we just not be noisy? Okay, well, we're not going to build on Discord. That was like the first thing that you told me. I wanted to build on Discord because all the other trading, if we're going to do it, let's do it. Let's get a big community. Let's make money. Let's teach, and let's kill it. But you were like, no, I'm not going to do Discord. We're going to do school. Why? Because, and it's like, you were just, I was like, let's do Discord. It's cool. You know, everyone else on it. You're like, no, everyone is going to get confused, and it's just messages are going to get lost, and it's not a learning place. It's not a learning place. And I'm like, learning, come on. I thought we were going to build this, but your goal was to actually dive into how can people get taught the clearest. And that resonated with me after a while. I was like, damn, dude, I'm so happy that we built on school, because people come in and there's clarity. There's not a bunch of freaking bots and noise. Like, Discord is for kids at this point. In my mind, it's for kids. So like the way that school is structured is to learn. It's called school. I mean, shit, it's called school, right? It's to learn. So I feel like that is a big up for like anybody coming in. They get clarity like really fast. You know what I mean? And then just the other thing that we wanted to do is not have any smoke and mirrors. Like just do it live. Put the damn trade up there. Show exactly what you're doing, not at the moment, well before, and have a strategy where it's like, there's really no hiding when you have a buy and sell indicator. You know what I mean? Like you could really screw yourself being a coach coming out with like a buy and sell indicator. You know, if it doesn't work, you're going to be called out real fast. So that was the other thing is like, just no smoke and mirrors, you know, and I appreciate that about you because you are the type, like I am a little more, I don't know. I have a lot of energy, you know, and you're like the guy who keeps things calm and centered. You know what I mean? So I kind of like that energy we feed off each other a lot there. But yeah, man, it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, I was filled with noise. And then I sat with a guy who traded with 7 figures. I saw what he was doing. He saw my trades, just like you said. I was showing him what I was doing. He was like, you need to throw all that shit out. You don't even know what support and resistance is. Let me show you what that is, right? So learning the fundamentals, I had to go back. After 4 years of losing, I had to go back and actually learn what a higher high and lower low really is, what inside structure is, you know? And then you came around and you had studied ICT and you were teaching me about like, you know, what
I didn't study ICT. I figured out everything that ICT teaches now on my own, based on going down, just looking at the charts and back testing my butt off, like hours a day.
Yeah.
And then I came across ICT teaching the same thing that I had like discovered. And then I went down his kind of rabbit hole to see what he was doing. And then it just kind of got like way overcomplicated. And I was just like, let's just get back to the basics. What is it? Focus on one thing, less is more. That's how I am. And then that's when things kind of got really clear.
Yeah, but you were showing me these the terminology, I would say. Cause I was like, bro, support and resistance, you know, like support, resistance, structure, momentum. Like everything else is nothing. And you were like, no, dude, like we need to define these things because people won't know what they are. You need to know what this fair value gap means. And like whether you call it an imbalance or a fair value gap, doesn't matter the term, but we need to have something structured to where people know what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what it was. I just knew like, hey, there's this gap, like, and then somebody else is calling it a fair value gap or an imbalance. So it was like, okay, there's a name for it. Cool. So yeah. And that helps people who need to like understand, you know, I don't know why I'm that way, but I just need to know, like, it has to be called something. Like everything has a name.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. I think, I will credit ICT for coming up with so much terminology, bro. There's a whole dictionary of ICT terminology, you know?
Yeah.
But it does get a little convoluted and crazy. So, well, cool, man. I appreciate you guys too. Thanks for the love and hanging out with us today. It was fun. Crazy day on the charts, but we're ending with green and that's all that matters. So appreciate you guys. Right. And I'll see you guys next week on Monday. Have a great weekend. Cool.
Yep. Monday through Friday, we trade together, baby.
Yes,
premium
sir.
Group. Let's go.
Yes, sir. We'll see you guys there, man.
See ya.
All right. See ya.
Have a good weekend, guys. Spend time.